Today, we're going through every mistake in League of Legends and ranking them from most important to least important. We're going to be using our thousands of hours of coaching experience helping our Academy members climb at all ranks to let you guys know which are the most important mistakes to fix in order to improve and climb. So Nathan, how are we ranking these mistakes?
So at the top end of our tier list, we have God tier. These are critical mistakes to avoid in your climb. And at the bottom end, we have useless. Mistakes that are really just not that important, and then everything in between.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see where these make up. How many have we got here? We got about 70 mistakes?
70 mistakes.
A lot.
And we've put these into categories to make it a little bit easier to digest. So our categories are deaths, ability usage / micro, fighting, macro, setup, like you're building stuff, mindset, laning, and then finally champ mastery.
I think we've got jungle in their own section as well.
Yes, jungle in here as well.
We've separated jungle mistakes because Nathan just feels so strongly about them.
Yep, jungle is just a different beast. All right, so as always with these tier lists, there's going to be lots of discussion. We're going to be jumping, we're going to be moving things around.
Well, that's what happened last time we did a tier list, right? We moved it massively throughout the entire episode.
That's
so
true.
what you see at the start could look completely different towards the end.
And people side with certain people on this podcast. People are sometimes Team Charlie, we've got Team Curtis. This is going to be a fun one. So let's get straight into it. We're going to start with the category deaths. Now, obviously, you hear all this time from, coaches or streamers or maybe even your friends saying dying in League of Legends is bad. Don't die. That's the best way to climb.
Just don't die.
Just don't die, the solo queue ladder. So we've got a bunch of different categories of mistakes when it comes to dying. So let's get started.
Yeah, lots of types of deaths. So we'll start with getting solo kills.
So this is for the laners, getting solo killed. So I'll start by this one, is that, well...
Do you care if your laners get solo killed?
A lot of people get solo killed in lane and win the game. So I'm already thinking for this one, this is like maybe in the great section to sort of avoid.
Yeah, I mean, getting solo kills is pretty bad, right? You don't want to be getting solo. Obviously, okay, like, you can die in a way that is very high value, right? You can get solo killed, but you've cleared the wave. You had a lot of gold anyway. They can't get any neutrals off it. So there are solo kills that are not that valuable. But in general, if we're loading up a VOD from our academy and someone is saying, we're seeing a solo death in the early lane.
There's something to look at there.
There's a very big mistake.
There's learnings to be had.
It's usually telling you that there is maybe matchup misunderstanding. Maybe there's a problem with fundamentals. Maybe mental sack was focused in the wrong areas. So it has to be at least in the top 3, right? A minimum, right?
I think it's very important. I think getting solo killed from a mid laner and a top laner is very important.
Yes.
To not get
I'm
solo
happy to put in very important here for now.
Yeah,
We might come back to it.
we might come back to that one. All right, next one here is dying level 1.
So Curtis, you're an aficionado of dying level 1 or
I
blowing
die
your
a lot
flash
level 1 or blow my flash level 1. Yeah, I mean, especially nowadays, right? Supports, getting active on the map. Junglers nowadays are just a lot better at punishing greedy mid laners going for those kind of sneaky level 1 wards.
Yep.
I am notoriously...
Support's also ganking top level 1.
Yep, that's a big
Top
one.
laners die level 1 a lot.
They see a heavy trading matchup top and they just lane gank top level 1.
Yep.
Is this really nearly as important as getting solo killed? Hell no, right? I don't think, because a lot of the time you can get back to lane. You're going to be taking TP sometimes anyway.
The death timers are really short.
From a top lane perspective, if you're playing an Ignite versus Ignite matchup and you have such poor matchup understanding that you die level 1, your game is kind of fucked.
True, in top it is very different in mid. I would tend to agree with that.
Because you got no TP a lot of the time in top these days.
Sometimes as a jungler, you can die level 1 as a jungler. I mean, how many junglers get invaded and die in a camp level 1, right?
Yeah.
It can really stuff up your plan and like your pathing, but I generally don't even think it's that important.
I think this is where it just gets automatically straight into the weeds of depends on the role and depends on the champion. You were saying before, with a very kind of aggressive, heavy trading melee versus melee top lane matchup, Ignite v Ignite.
Yeah.
I think that would probably matter a lot.
Yeah, it would.
Right? But if I'm playing a mage v mage mid and I just have to burn my TB back mid, yeah, am I at a disadvantage? Sure. But it's not irrecoverable. I can definitely get back into the lane.
Yeah, well, if you're reviewing a VOD and you see the level 1 death, obviously we keep reviewing the game, but how often do you get to the 8-minute mark in the game and you're like, oh, this is all just happening because you died level 1?
Relative, yeah.
Do you do that often? Do you refer back to it?
For mid lane, that doesn't happen often. Okay. The mid lane, I very rarely have a VOD where like a level 1 death is like the big part of the show.
Sure.
Usually it just kind of, it's mentioned for sure. I'll mention it. But it's not really something like, there's usually going to be other mistakes that trump that kind of mistake.
I'm going to be brutal here. I'm chucking in useless.
No, that's dumb.
That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be the brutal one on this podcast, and then we're going to see how it develops.
Well, I actually think this is probably a bit of an elo thing as well. I don't think people die level 1 in low elo as much, like in the lower ranks. I think dying level 1 is like really good players capitalizing on stuff. And so I think like Emerald and below, not really many level 1 deaths.
No,
from what
probably not. No.
Can I negotiate at least a 1%er?
No. It has to be in great or decent.
Yeah, it has to be great or decent.
Decent then.
High decent.
Yeah, let's put it in decent for now. We might reassess that.
Okay. All right, dying to a gank, aka feeding the enemy jungler. I like to reverse this one because feeding the enemy jungler is pretty bad, guys. Junglers are pretty strong. They can carry the game. Giving a kill to an enemy jungler is pretty big.
I say this in my reviews all the time. If you're dying to a jungler, the jungler is specifically getting the kill, the likelihood that you're going to win that game is instantly like halved.
Yep.
Like straight up. Because junglers with early kills can snowball. Really, 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 really aggressive.
I think this is God tier. I think dying to a gank is representative of so many other mistakes that lead into it and is often the focal point of VODs. If you think about it, when I'm reviewing a top lane VOD, a support VOD, or an AD VOD, dying to a gank is a big event in the VOD all the time.
I'm going to throw something at you guys. What happens if you die to a gank, but you've shoved in the wave successfully and like you've burnt, the top laner and the jungler's flashes?
Then that's probably a good death, or at least it's negligible, for actually winning the game. But it depends on the intention. If you were like, fuck, I have to fix this wave and I push in, if the jungle comes and kills me, whatever, it's fine, then that's good. But if you're just kind of mindlessly dying anyway, then it could still be bad.
What if you're a top laner proxying?
And you die? Yeah, I mean, I have some games where I'm just like, I get a tower plate or something, and then they blow flashes and ults to kill me, and I die, and I get back and miss no minions. That's great.
Look, we're still very early on in the tier list, right? So, all these mistakes are relative to each other, right? So I'm happy to put it in God tier for now and potentially put it back down. But at the end of the day, like Charlie's saying, even if, right, Nathan, even if you die to a gank and it is high value, there's still a lot of value reviewing it and taking learning from it, because there are other things at play, right? Whether it's like, could you have done this and not died, right? Was this representative of like a misinterpretation of the matchup or whatever the hell it might be, right?
And we need to get our heads out of like our solo queue games a bit, actually, and just think about like the average person we've coaching or getting coached. Like,
they're not dying in a high value way, the average person.
The average death to a gank in like gold, plat, emerald, which I guess we can dump the majority of players in, it's very important to review that mistake. And very important to fix it.
Definitely.
So what happens if I'm viewing God tier of like renaming that to like lost the game?
Game losing mistakes.
I don't think there is such a thing as like a singular mistake.
Like an end of review. The end of review mistake.
Yeah.
Maybe we can rename at the end. We'll see how we get. Maybe we can have one end of review mistake.
Yeah, let's assess. We can reassess potentially.
I want to see at the end of the whole tier list, what is the most important mistake?
Yep.
All
right. Next up, we have dying on weak side.
Yeah, this is interesting because, like, again, it's all relative to the amount of resources. If you die like very lazily on weak side and the enemy just quick drive by kill you in 1 second, that's a pretty bad mistake.
It also depends if you're the carry or not, right?
Yeah.
If the game is about you and you're the one with all the resources, and for whatever reason the jungler's weak sided you, which does happen in solo queue, whether you're the top laner or the mid laner who has all these resources and you die, that can be a massive...
You're given a shutdown.
Give a shutdown, lose a bunch of farm, lose a tower. That can be a pretty detrimental death.
But if you're already behind and dying on weak
doesn't
side,
really matter that much.
I
kind of want to die, I'll be honest. I'm reflecting on a lot of situations. If I'm playing, I've played like Cho'Gath a bit recently. Like if I'm like already 0-2 and they send 3 people to kill me on weak side, like good. Thank you for killing me. My team's winning me the game.
Yeah, because you're wasting their time.
Absolutely.
You're dragging their resources around the map. Your other Fed members are getting things on the other side of the map. It's not that bad.
Again, let's try and think of this from the context of like the average player though, dying on weak side. What does that look like?
Well, what that typically looks like is the player is not even aware that they're on weak side.
Yeah.
Right? They don't even know that their jungler is on the other side of the map. They don't know that it's a split map scenario. And then, and what's happening when they die is that they're losing like probably 3 waves.
Yeah.
Maybe they're losing 3 plates, something like that.
So yeah, it's pretty bad.
I think it's very important or great, isn't it?
Let's go top of great.
Yeah, I'm happy to put it in great for now.
Dying on strong side is worse. We don't really have that here, but... we'll reflect. All right, dying before a neutral objective. I'm just going to put that in God tier straight away, and you guys can defend me on that one. I think this is, if anything, it's just the most fucking annoying mistake in the whole game. Is it not? It's
Charles, I want to bring you back to reality here for the average player experience. Okay, let's say we're talking about specifically silver, gold, platinum, emerald.
Yeah.
For starters, we see a lot of games where neutrals are not taken on spawn.
This is true.
Right? Now, if we're talking in the higher elo brackets and Apex tier,
that is a god tier.
That is obviously a very big mistake. It can be a very, very big mistake.
I think Emerald Plus, not even like super high elo. I think like even Platinum Plus, it's a god tier in my opinion. I think Gold, Silver, we're getting into the territory where neutrals are
There's no way in Platinum objectives are getting killed on spawn every game reliably.
Maybe the members I coach are just OP, I guess.
Yeah.
No, you're probably right. It's less and less. You're right.
I can't with a good conscience put it in god tier because of the difference in like value.
But think about you're thinking about climbing there, but we need to balance this tier list around climbing and improving. If you're a member of an academy or you're trying to get better at the game and you're dying before a neutral, you're stopping yourself from learning.
It's a big thing.
It is a big thing
because neutral objectives, whether or not your teammates give a fuck about them, you need to care about them.
Sure, the game revolves around neutral objectives.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, like improving climbing on.
Yeah,
true.
Because what do you basically what you've done there? If you die before a neutral, and let's say there's a 50% chance the enemy do have a neutral when you're dead. That's still a 50% chance that you've like fucked the learning. From
True. In the lower elo bracket, it might even be worse in a way, right? Because they're not going to say no.
There's no structure. Your teammates will chain die.
Yeah, they'll chain die. Yeah, I'm happy to put it in god tier there for now. I think you've twisted my arm there, Charles.
Yeah, I agree. All right, dying on a slow build. This is the classic top laner mistake.
I want to put this in god tier again, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so big.
So when we say this, we're sort of saying like, okay, you're going to heavy trade or fight in your opponent with like a really big wave. So if you die, you lose 2 to 3 waves.
Yeah, just die as the wave is coming towards you, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I was reviewing one of our coach's gameplay, and he said he lost the game the other day purely off this. This was the game-losing mistake, where he had a huge wave, he was freezing, and then he ended up like going to a fight and then losing like 3 waves, and the game was over. So this has to be god tier.
Yeah. Now, interesting, does that go before dying before a neutral? I think it's more important than dying.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Because think about it,
shakes
right?
the whole game.
You're
different player, different game.
Okay, well, it's more impactful in. It's like it's going to be always impactful, no matter what, right? It doesn't matter what rank, what elo bracket, what role. Like if you're bot, mid, top, it doesn't matter. It's always going to be very, very valuable.
I will say, just a caveat, maybe to play devil's advocate a bit. Oftentimes, like you think in your head, even while watching the VOD or playing the game, like, oh, the game's over now. I'm fucked. Like, I'm a full level down. But then, like, a minute later, there's like a random event, and then you're back. You know, it's important.
But we're not saying this is relative to these other things, right? We're not saying like you can still win the game from any of these mistakes, right?
I want to make that clear. Yeah, absolutely. All right, dying while warding, maybe a support/jungle specific thing.
No way, mid laners.
Even mid laners, there's happens a lot with mid laners.
I get a bunch of kills from different
I'm just thinking about Nautilus is in the mid game, honestly. Like a jungler running in. And
junglers typically, remember, they don't even have wards, by the way. They've got sweeper trick in the mid game.
A lot of supports do get caught in mid game.
Yeah, sorry, I meant mostly supports. Yeah. Like melee supports.
It's supports or either top laners or mid laners going to ward. Probably. So if you think about it, if they've gone to ward, there's technically no minion wave, right? They've just cleared a wave.
Well, there's a window.
Okay, so there's a window. So they're not going to lose that much. But I guess it depends on the state. Like,
wait, are you guys thinking about I'm thinking about the mid game here.
I'm thinking about well, from a laner perspective, top and mid, they only really go ward and die for a ward when in the lane phase, right?
Can we just agree to make this a support specific?
I think this is more mid game supports.
Mid game support, sure.
So if you're dying while warding in mid game, does it matter?
Not really. I think it's just like a 1%er, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus, really? Support dying with
what it means is that you're completely off tempo with your teammates and you've not synchronized with if it's your support and jungler going in together. I mean, again, I'm thinking that shit doesn't happen below like diamond. So
yeah, because I'm just thinking just practically, right? Like you're not the AD carry, you're not the mid laner, you're not the top laner, you're not even the jungler, right? Like,
but we're talking about the support getting better at the game though.
Yeah, if I think about support getting better at the game context, it's probably really low, honestly.
There's so many other things to think
There's going to be
about.
so many other important
Like
ones.
when I'm looking at the support reviews in the Bot Lane Academy, it's usually things such as not really being aware of the win condition. That's a huge thing.
How do you play fights?
Or playing fights, ability
Or the
usage,
lane phase,
laning
right?
phase matchup, 2v2 blueprint.
Syncing up with your jungler and syncing up with your teammates in mid game is very important though, because remember your mental stack. You don't have to think about wave management, so there's not much else to think about. I would say it's decent.
It's still a death, right?
I think it's decent.
It's
not a
death.
1%.
Yeah, it's not what you are, right? It's still a death at the end of the day.
I think
That's
it's
always
more
valuable.
It's more important than dying level 1, in my opinion. I think it goes above dying level 1.
Yeah, it goes above
let's
dying
go
level 1.
decent. By the way, I'm thinking about renaming some of these maybe, because great and
Wait,
decent.
is it actually above dying level 1?
A support dying while warding in the mid game. Yeah, I think it's more crucial.
Interesting. Because in bot lane, right? Does that, say your support dies?
Yeah.
Say support dies level 1. Let's say you guys face check a bush level 1 on bot. Say you guys scrap and they die.
Yeah, the enemy just gets to do what they want for the first few waves.
Do you think that is less valuable?
Yeah, is that less valuable?
Yeah, because think about it. You're saying that dying while warding in mid game is more valuable than dying level 1.
Yeah, I think generally across the wide variety of ranks, games are won and lost more in mid game than early game. I would say.
All right.
So what I was yapping about in terms of, because I keep reading this as like it's a great mistake or a decent mistake. What if we change great to important and decent to just like an average?
Okay.
I think that would make more sense. Important,
Very
and decent,
important.
and then just like an average mistake.
Like kind of important.
Yeah, kind of important, I guess.
I think it's just clearer.
Yep, done.
Than 1%.
All right, dying when team is off the map. I mean, this is a massive mid-game 20%er like we always talk about. I think this has got to be...
Is it God tier again? We're going to fill God tier.
I mean, deaths are the game.
Yeah,
right?
we're going to see what in these other categories. There's going to be a lot of shitty ones, but deaths are big.
Deaths are very big.
I think it's more important than dying before a neutral.
Yes.
It's definitely God tier.
I think it was there. Dying when your team's off the map.
is a play. This is actually a learning objective or something I talk a lot about, right? If you're dying and not sinking pressure with the team, for example, say you're dying when your team's in base, this can literally be hundreds of LP worth of
Well, what it does, generally speaking, is it starts a chain reaction of everyone dying. Because you die, your teammates don't respect your dead.
It's what I call the death cycle.
Yeah, it starts a death cycle, and then you're screwed. It also represents a lack of a lot of concepts like map awareness, sinking pressure, like just being on the same page as your team. Because
what it does, it really complicates your mid game.
Yeah.
Right? In mid game, what you're trying to do is add as much structure and make the game as easy as possible for your teammates. But what this does is essentially it's like, okay, now the game is going to be a shit show. All the barriers are gone. And anything, it's like Wild West now. That's typically what's going to happen when you make this mistake.
And it's the classic Charles talking about remove by subtraction.
Improvement by
subtraction.
Yeah.
So if
the El Clasico just don't die.
If you specifically don't die when your team's in base, then that can be
good things will happen.
Good things will have very much happen.
Yeah, I think if I see someone's mid game and it's a player and they notice when their team is basing and adjust their behavior, or they notice when their jungler's doing camps, or when their support is like on the opposite side, like that is a good League of Legends player. Really, it showcases a great understanding of mid game. And if someone's like basically rage splitting and dying when their team's in base and ignoring them, then that's a shit player a lot of the time.
Spot on.
All right, we're now up to the ability usage / micro section here.
Do we want to reflect on deaths at all, or are we going to reflect at the end?
I think we reflect later.
I think we reflect later. Reassess later.
All right, wasting ult.
That's pretty big. I mean, ults is technically the game as well, especially from a high level, but...
So Nathan's big on this, Curtis. Nathan's an ult Andy.
I'm an ult Andy.
He looks at his...
Wukong ult, a Moo ult, Nocturne
Junglers
ults.
have big ults. They do.
They do.
Mid laners have big ults as well.
Yeah, mid laners do have big ults. I mean, I will say if I'm reviewing an Ahri and the Ahri waste that is very, very big.
It really depends on the champ.
It's super champ dependent, right?
I mean, I'm just going to throw a jab at the ADC community. I think a lot of ADCs have shit ults.
Yeah, not really many amazing ultimates in AD carry. Whether a Jinx wastes a rocket, I don't really give a shit.
It's one of the more useless ones for sure. But there's Ashe, there's Varus, there's Misfortune.
Yeah, but Ashe is on such a low cooldown.
There's
isn't
Zeri.
It doesn't really matter.
Oh, it's like the same as Ariel.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't change Ashe's identity.
All right, so it depends on the champion, but
in general,
it's probably
I would say
very important.
Very.
I think it's
Mother
very
of
important.
God, Nathan.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Nathan, think about relative.
What's more important?
We've got dying on weak side in important.
Wasting your ult.
I would just say we have to consider every single ultimate it's definitely maybe. I'm happy to put it in top of important.
Top of important, guys.
For now.
This is men's.
Yeah, maybe it is quite low because
It's
again,
kinda important.
The context.
I guess it's kind of
Just piss out your ult and win the game anyway.
Yeah,
Come on,
it's
let's
true.
fucking focus up, guys. Like, come on. Like, just it's kind of important. It's
No,
like,
well,
Okay, so people
like
aren't like
top of 500
people aren't like okay. When we say wasting ult, okay, for some reason I'm thinking like they like misclick on their camps or something, but they're gonna use it with some sort of
there's gonna be
intention.
something
It's a
going
pretty
on.
shit ults, but like maybe you like chunk someone.
like
or
I'm thinking like I waste my Mordekaiser ult in lane, right?
Yeah.
But I take them to like a quarter HP, and maybe they have to base
Okay,
next
the
lane.
most
Pretty
common
useful.
thing I see is an Ari using R to like escape a gank.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
Pretty useful though. You
Not
really
really. I mean, but
absorb
you
the gank.
can't do anything proactive for the next
It's-
ages.
same
But
with,
it's
like-
still done something.
Same with like Wukong ult remove. Like you're not a champion.
It's
You're
better
the
than
shittest
dying.
champ.
It's literally better than any death. Is it not?
I don't know.
all right. Well, I'm going to wrestle that one later. Okay?
All right.
So we'll come back to that one.
All right, missing a skill shot. So missing
Missing
an
a
RA
key skill shot.
Okay, so what are key
like a
skill shots?
blitzcrank hook. I think about
Blitzcrank
Thresh.
hook.
When you say key skill shot, do you mean like in an intense situation where it matters if you land
Yeah,
it?
this is where it depends on the circumstance.
Yeah.
In a fight, that can be very, very significant, right?
Yeah, I mean,
You miss an Ari charm.
if you miss a Hui ulti in a mid-game
Change
team
the fight,
fight,
you lose the fight.
If
yeah,
I miss a Jarvan EQ, I would say that this misses.
I mean, Nathan, that's a really bad example. You win games while missing every job.
That's true. That's true. No, I do lose a lot of games missing Jarvan EQs. I think it's going to be more important than wasting ult, obviously. So,
I think it's just kind of important. Bottom of kind of important.
bottom. So you think it's worse than? So it's less worse than wasting ults.
Curtis, think of VOD questions. How many answers to VOD questions in our academy programs are just like, oh, you play this really well, you just missed your spell. Moving on.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
It decides a lot of games, I think. I actually think missing key spells does decide a lot of games. But I've reviewed a lot of AD, so like micro's big.
I would even say that for jungle as well. It completely changes the game.
Yeah, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
because at the end of the day, actually,
Like
when
an
you think
Elise
about it,
Cocoon or
right?
something.
If you're not hitting your key abilities on your champion, you will not win games.
Yeah.
I think it's almost very
it's
important.
Actually, yeah, it has to be
very
very important. Because think about it, that is the game. Right?
Yeah,
if you're not
it is.
hitting your goddamn abilities, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, you can put yourself in the perfect situation.
If I'm playing Xerath and I'm not hitting my Q or my W or my R, I'm just not a champion.
And those abilities are shorter cooldown than your ults. They'll be automatically more important.
That's exactly right, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
think about how many fights you can win
And it's
without
such a
ults.
good thing to review. If you're just missing your abilities.
Oh, they're fantastic learning.
It's great
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah, you think about the ability differently or whatever.
Yep.
That, I mean, yeah, it's just going to be way more
Yep,
uptime.
I like it.
That makes sense.
Rushing
Russian
spells.
abilities. I mean, this is one of the biggest problems I see with newer players and lower ranks. They just blow in.
Yeah,
blow
it
in
is,
their load
it is a
early.
very common mistake. It is definitely a common error.
And when I tell people to slow it down, like slow your Wukong combo down or hold your Q or hold abilities, they have way more
But
success.
it's I straight away, it has to be bottom of kind of important or maybe even a 1%er.
Ooh, I think it's really important for
no way
melee.
it's a
For melee champions,
Okay.
it's very important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chippy's top lane coach talks about this a lot. Like bruisers, what they do is they rock up to these skirmishes and they just roll their hand on their keys and
Right.
just use all spells compared to a Jax that like holds E.
Yeah.
Or,
Or
an
Darius that holds E.
Yeah, but imagine like an Olaf arrives at a team fight, immediately goes to ulti,
Holds
runs
Q.
at you and just Qs and just runs. It's so easy to
True,
play around.
true.
what happens if you rush your Syndra EQ? Rush your Ari charm?
Yeah, but a lot of mid lane champs, like you can miss an ability, like you can like rush an ability.
Yeah.
You kind of zone them a bit and then you just fucking.
But a
I don't know.
melee
Mid
champion,
lane's not a good example.
if a melee champion rushes their spells, they put themselves in the line of fire.
Because I've just seen Aries win games without landing a goddamn charm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just it's specifically they're rushing all their charms in all their fights, is what I'm saying.
And they still win games.
And they still win games.
it's like my Jarvan EQs rushing that maybe.
So it kind of goes hand in hand with missing key skill shots, but I would say rushing abilities, it's like they know how to deal damage. They're just rushing. It's a bit different. They're not missing it all the time. They're just rushing it here and there.
Again, I want to emphasize it's not rushing skill shots. It's not about skill shots per se. It's more like rushing your engage or rushing like
Interesting. I see. So you're thinking bigger picture, like
Yeah.
Oh, so you're thinking of like a
Rushing fight.
it's like lack of poise.
yeah.
in a-
So
in
let's say
fight.
a Vex that is like
Yes,
There's the
that's a
fight
good
playing
one.
out and they hold or Katarina that's waiting.
That's really good, yes.
Boom. Oh, okay. So what you mean? All right. So you're kind of thinking about there is the practicality, but just a little bit bigger picture. Mindset
Yeah.
even.
And it's going to be in the important or very important because we
interesting.
believe League is a game of fight. It's a fighting game. That's a
True.
big thing.
If everyone rocks up to, I mean, I can tell immediately when I'm playing with people, like they rock up to a team fight and they
True.
just like fucking use everything at the start. It's so easy to play around.
You can tell the elo bracket basically immediately.
Yeah, you
actually, by
can,
the
yeah.
way, off that. Yeah, I mean, I think you convinced me, Charles. You're on point. I think it has to be at minimum important.
Yeah, I think
minimum.
it's important. Yeah, I think it's top of important.
yeah, I think it's more
honestly.
important than dying on weak side.
Yeah, I
for
agree.
sure.
Definitely
that.
more important than that.
Fuck.
All
I
right.
think last tier list I did really poorly. I'm trying to do really well.
Yeah,
You're
you're
well,
really,
Charles.
really
Performing
focused
well.
now.
Sweating.
You're
I'm going to be throwing
You're
some
peaking.
abysmal ones out here. I'm ready for this one.
I think you already said a lot are going to be useless.
Oh yeah, I'm already like eyeing the useless ones already. All right, blowing flash. So if I'm a Lilia and I'm losing my flash, that's pretty bad. If I'm a Wukong losing my flash, I lose a lot of options. Vi flash, volley bear flash.
I just think it's not that important most of the time. Like, I think if I'm in a mobile lady carry who is probably the most important character in the game with flash, and I blow my flash
coaching
by
sessions?
accident, it's worth bringing up, but it's not like going to be the learning.
It's kinda important.
No, but it kind of is the learning objective sometimes.
It is.
It
No, I think it's too situational. Sometimes it is very important if it's a high threat comp. Other times it's not, right?
I think it might be our first 1%er, or it could
Nah.
be bottom of kind of important.
No, it's bottom of kind of important for now, I think. Because it is a really, if you think about it in reviews, I mean, or even top laners, right? Think about it. Top laner blowing, wasting flash is a lot of matchups will determine around summoners, right?
I think it's top of kind of important. I think it's more important than wasting ult.
I personally think it's more important than dying while warding as well.
Yeah, if I have flash advantage as a top laner, I can just win my 1v1 all the time.
I mean, it's important in all elo brackets. It's important in the lower elo brackets just for winning fights.
Yeah,
in
it goes
higher
down.
elo bracket, people will punish it.
I don't think it's as important as wasting ult, is it? What's more important, your ult or your flash?
Flash is a bigger cooldown.
But I'm just thinking practically. Come on.
No one uses their flash well.
Think about it.
Ults are easy to
think about
use.
most champions of the game. Say there's an Olaf. We're talking about Olaf for some reason.
Yeah, love Olaf.
An Olaf that has no flash or no R.
Yeah, Olaf,
Yeah, it makes
Olaf with no ult
No
is
R,
he's a
can't
potato.
play the
He's a
game.
potato.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most champs are like that.
Yeah.
Yep. That makes sense. All right. Missing last hits. This is a big one. CSing.
But okay, we got to think about this because the tier list is about climbing and improving. It's just a thing that requires reps, isn't it? So it's hard to fix.
Well, missing last hits, it's one of those complicated things, right? Because it's a byproduct of many other things, right? If you're missing last hits, it's usually a sign that you don't know your matchup well, right? You don't have confidence in your 1v1.
No, I think I put this here as a pure micro thing. We're going to imagine this is down to just micro.
Well, yeah, if you're just missing straight up last hits, you can't win the game, right? 'Cause you don't
how
CS.
extreme are we thinking? Do you have zero
Yeah,
CS?
that's what I'm saying, right? It has to be important.
What happens if you miss every cannon minion?
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty hard to win the game, isn't it? Actually, I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
I don't
I
see
just
that.
haven't seen that.
This is not
Yeah,
something I
I don't
noticed.
know.
Yeah, that means it's not that important.
That's right. If we don't see it,
It depends
that
on
means-
literally we're taking this, right?
is,
like if
yeah.
it's like this person doesn't know, if a person doesn't even know how to, but no one.
Well, this
that
is
doesn't
okay.
exist.
The reason it's on here as well, Curtis, is this is very common advice. If you rock up to your
last
average
hit better.
League of Legends educational YouTube channel, you're going to see some shit about last hitting, 100%. They're going to be like, oh yeah, just don't die and farm well.
I think the league player base has like developed such a point where it's not as important these days. I mean, again, just think back into your coaching sessions. You guys are the last
I
hitters.
literally don't ever talk about it.
No,
never,
way, really.
never mention it because most people know how to farm.
Yep.
If you work on everything else, it
Yeah.
will come up naturally.
Yeah, what it is it's just representative of your level of play, I find. Like, if you look at the average Iron player, they're about the same as CS. Average Bronze player, about a bit more CS.
Yep.
Average Silver, a bit more.
I would actually put it in useless.
yeah.
Because I wouldn't talk about it. I
Yeah.
literally would not
Yeah.
talk about it.
Wow.
Oh, or maybe 1%er. Maybe 1%.
My finger is
No, okay, no.
hesitating.
The way you would talk about it, if you're working with a bronze or iron player,
Yeah, that's what I'm
and their
thinking.
mental stack is focused on trading too much,
Yeah.
that's when you would talk about it. More of like a mindset perspective.
Especially, with Bronze and Iron players, I sometimes do get granular. I would be like, okay, it's important.
Oh, this is how the minions
Yep,
work.
this is how the
Okay.
tower works.
Interesting.
You have to hit them twice sometimes. It's okay
It has
to
to
use
be 1%
abilities.
of them because that's just a very small subsection of the community, right? Like an iron player that doesn't know how minions work. Comparatively to the entire rank ladder. It has to be.
Because that's the extreme case that we've gone
It's
to
an
there.
extreme case.
But a 1%er implies that it's like an advanced concept, doesn't it?
But that, yeah, 1% is an advanced concept. Like polishing up like your last hits perfectly.
Like
CSing, like
choving.
choving. That's a
because as long
1%er.
as you're CSing average at
Yeah.
an average level,
Yeah.
that's fine.
All right, we're going to
right.
get flamed for
Well,
this.
no,
by the way.
because think about it, right? If you're in a coaching session with someone in bronze,
Yeah.
right, you might mention like in passing, right? Yeah, I'd like to. This is like just keep in mind. Focus on, you might say something about how minions work.
Yeah.
Right? Like these three casters are targeting this melee, so we know this melee is going to die faster. You might quickly talk about that, whatever. But then they're making other mistakes, like they don't know what their champ's identity is.
Yeah, they don't know what the enemy champs
They
do.
don't know what the enemy champ does.
They know the range of things.
They
yeah, stuff
don't
like that,
exactly
yeah.
right. Like
They're like doing these things. They're missing key skill shots. They're
wasting
you
their
know,
ultimate,
just dying to like
whatever.
every gank.
Yeah.
getting solo killed.
Yeah, I guess it's only super relevant for truly new players.
Yes, it's like God tier for like brand new players.
Yeah, it is God tier for brand new players.
But
yeah.
for the average player in League of Legends, it's a 1%. I would say.
Yeah, we're gonna get flamed for that.
Oh,
but
we'll
it's fine.
probably get flamed for it, but yeah. Well, maybe you can reassess. I don't know. It's just complicated.
It is complicated.
Tethering.
Mis-tethering.
So you guys are the laners.
Wife of
I haven't
Mr.
tethered
Tethering.
a day in my life.
Well, junglers can tether.
Yeah, they can in fights and stuff, and I guess decline in your
You've just
camps
chosen
and-
to.
I've just chosen to decline without
You've
doing
elected
that.
to forego doing that. Yeah, for reasons.
So, do you ever talk about mis-tethering in bot lane?
Yeah, mis-tethering stuff like Leona E or like Nautilus Hook or like, big things, not like autos. That whole idea of like people coming to this coaching like, I just want to get better at spacing my autos. It's like, well, that's kind of like end game level stuff. And it's also just a byproduct of like such deep knowledge of all the champs as well. It's
One
not
persona.
It's not something you can really isolate. But if you're literally if you don't know the range of the enemy Leona E and you're trying, or the enemy Pantheon W, for example, and you mistether the enemy Pantheon W and you're constantly getting W, you can't play the game.
Yeah, I would say just from a laner's perspective, it's very high.
I agree.
It's very high because if you're mis-tethering, that means you typically can't take good trades.
You will
And
just
if you can't
die.
take good trades, you're going to die.
Think
and you're
about
losing
an
lane control.
enchanter support. If you can't tether as an enchanter support,
How high?
you're screwed.
No, well, how high could you climb?
I don't know, like gold.
Gold, that's exactly what I thought as well.
I think in order to climb gold and above, you need to start developing your tethering.
I mean, I don't even think you could get to gold.
Are you serious?
No, as an enchanter support.
I was talking specifically enchanted support, but in mid lane,
Just mage or anything.
no.
Maybe I'm being too silly.
Think about it. If you don't know the ranges of any champion, you're mis-tethering every ability.
Nah, but what I'm thinking is people in silver won't punish you, so that's why you can get to gold. The enemy won't.
I don't know. I've seen some good silver laners. I don't know.
Not in support.
I think you get to silver in mid, maybe.
Okay.
But.
Yeah, I think gold for support, silver mid.
So look, it's definitely very important, right? At minimum.
I think it has to be very important. It's
Yeah.
a fundamental of the game.
Yeah, let's just put it in very important for now.
Is it more important than missing a key spell? I think it does ruin the game.
Yeah.
But it's more of an early game thing. I generally don't like ranking early game
Let's
things
just put it in the
high.
middle there for
Okay.
now. I'm happy with that for now. I think that makes sense. Nathan?
I think I don't like putting early game things in very important. Sorry, in very high.
Really?
Yeah.
But if I have...
If I'm missing key skill shots, that is the bigger one for sure.
I've literally
You
had...
won't make it to mid game.
No, you won't. I've had reviews, Nathan, that literally, like, the laning phase is about this.
Okay.
It's literally about this.
All right. What was if you're playing a scaling champion?
Doesn't matter.
You're going to ruin the game, really.
Because what will happen, right? I mean, I was
An Aurelion Sol Vlad or something.
yeah, I was reviewing a VOD the other day.
Yeah.
This is a jungler learning mid lane, coming to the mid lane academy. First session, played Ari vs Fizz, got hit by every Fizz ability. Like just walked into Fizz range all the time and just died. Died 3 times before 8 minutes. You can't play the game. You literally won't get to mid game.
I would love to see Nathan play against Fizz.
You just die. You will just die.
So if I get hit by every fizz,
if you versus a Diana,
No, Fizz Q.
Fizz,
If you get hit by the Fizz Q, it's the melee shit. It's the
I
melee.
see.
That's why I'm saying Leona and
if
stuff.
you get by a Fizz Q, if you're versing a Diana QE, you're going to die on repeat. Pantheon, like you said,
Pantheon
Talon,
W.
a Talon W,
Talon,
Q,
yeah.
you're dead.
The rake, yep.
Everything will kill you. Every assassin will
It's
kill
going to
you.
perish, dude. You will die.
Well, so isn't mis-tethering then higher than getting solo killed? Because it's like the whole game thing, not like a...
It's kind of equal, I think.
I guess they're both the
but
same. I guess they
basically
are
the
the same,
same
aren't
thing.
they?
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Fail flash, useless.
Fail flash. So what does he mean by fail flash?
Flashing into a wall.
So not going over the wall properly.
Yeah.
The blowing
useless.
flash is kind of important, but that implies you get something, right? That
That's
means,
right.
So blowing
It's just, I mean,
Imagine going into review and like we're gonna review your fail flashes or something. Like we're gonna make
like-
this a big deal.
yeah. Like if someone fail flashes, it's like, yeah, it sucks, but like you don't,
What's the point? Yeah.
you know,
It's a blunder.
everyone knows.
It's a blunder.
It's a blunder.
I fail my flash sometimes.
Oh, I've failed
We all
millions
do.
of flashes.
I got
yeah.
big hands. Smash
Big
the
mitts.
I just no. What I do, my fail flash. When I think about fail flash, is like you accidentally click like around the wall and you're too far away and you flash into the wall. That's my fail flashes.
Yeah.
That's just bad clicks, yeah.
yeah, just bad clicks and stuff. Bad.
You know what that
marking.
reminds me of, Nathan, is when you think that you have flash when you don't, or when you think you have ulti when you don't.
Happens quite a lot.
It's not on this list, but that's Nathan's biggest mistake in League of Legends. Is he tries to gank a lane, he tries to ult, and he's like, fuck, I don't have ult.
Yeah. I think that happened in one of our games recently. We played together. You thought you had R or something, and then you went in and you didn't have R.
It's a recurring problem.
It's
Fuck,
so
I didn't have
funny.
R.
It's so funny.
All right, moving on to a different category here. What is this one called?
This is now the fighting category.
All right, losing the fight at Elder Dragon. Do we bring this up in reviews? How important is
I don't
this?
even get to Elder. No. Right? Do we ever get to Elder, do we? Any of us?
But this is really important because people think that this is like, they'll look like, oh, we lost the game here.
Yeah.
So a lot of people in the comments will be like, oh my God, it's God's here. You instantly lose the game. But why are we getting to that point? No one climbs in solo queue,
winning fights at
figuring out how to win Elder
fights. Guys, I played a lot
Imagine
of
that, like developing that skill. I'm going to work at my team fighting at 42 minutes at the Elder and min-max that skill.
I mean, to be honest, if I'm being honest, like aren't most Elder fights decided by whose comp is just more scaly at that point as well?
Or just like death time.
Or easier to execute.
Yeah. And the timers.
People getting caught.
Yeah, the death timers are so staggered that it's just random. But like, yeah, if you smolder, you'll just auto win. All right.
So I would say that's even lower.
The most useless thing to focus on, yeah. All right, fighting without ult, Nathan's favorite thing in the world.
Fighting without R. This is a very
So this is what
common
okay, so
lone
what this
objective.
means, correct me if I'm wrong, Nathan. This is like you're going into a fight. You don't have R. You actively know you don't have R and you're choosing to take that
instead
fight.
of like trading sides of the map or go shoving
saying
away
no,
or just saying no. Like this is where a lot of people compensate or they're scared that their teammates are going to die. I mean, this is a big one. I mean, again, we're going to talking that maybe junglers.
No, I think laners
really
too, man.
important
Let's think about a Swain or an Ari who takes a skirmish without ulti.
A Victor without R.
I mean, I'm going to go on a limb. It has to be in very important. I would put it in the bottom of very important for now.
I think even for champions, it doesn't matter that much. I think it's still that important. It's still important.
Because if you think about what goes into that, right? There's so much that goes into that. It's so telling of their mindset, their attention, where their attention is focused.
Especially if the enemy has R's. I mean, they have such a huge advantage over you going into that fight. So you're intentionally saying, I'm going to fight this fight with a potential disadvantage.
It's a huge point to review.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing to review.
What it represents is this player who's fighting without their ult thinks that they need to go above and beyond to win this game. They think that if they literally just sit on their hands for 1 minute and wait for their ulti, somehow in that minute of time, they're going to lose the game. That's what it means.
A player that knows they don't have R, assesses the fight, says no, tells you a lot about the quality of that player.
Yeah, it's true. And you don't really need to start breaking rules until much later. Like, we had a game recently, we were playing together, I think it was Clash or something, and I had no Mordekaiser ult, remember? And I said, I don't want to fight this next Drake. But then Sybil, one of our coaches, said, no, you should come anyway and just fight. We're so strong. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, you're actually right. But that's not important for, like, the vast majority of the client.
That's a 1%, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you were saying like you think that's maybe a part of your gameplay that prevents you from going to like Grandmaster or Challenger.
Yeah, and also I think I'd probably still win that game.
Give
me that dragon anyway.
But if we think about most of our reviews, right, there are people single-handedly losing games.
Oh, absolutely.
From making this mistake.
Oh yeah, you look at someone because what it shows is that their priorities are fucked. Then they're not weighing things up properly, and most of it, most of them don't even fucking know they don't have ult.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
That's a big one. So yeah, I think it's very important. I think it's bottom of very important though. Or is it above missing a key spell? Because you don't even have the spell to miss if you don't have ulti.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm happy with that for now.
Yeah. All right, not priming your mental stack, and this is basically for threats in the context
as an AD
of
carry, as anything that is squishy, is a carry.
Fight,
anything that is a carry, essentially, right? That is immobile, vulnerable.
Section.
Yeah, so what this means, right, is you're thinking about the fight that's coming up, and you're pressing tab, and you're seeing, okay, who's strong on the enemy team, and what are their spells, what can fucking kill me, and what do I do about that, right? That's what you'll have to be thinking about in your mind before the fight happens.
All right, so the first thing, that the uncomfortable conversation is that there's a lot of people that climb that don't do this, like actively.
Yes.
Right? They may do it intuitively. They might like kind of know subconsciously that they're in a high threat situation.
Yeah.
But they don't actively like press tab, prime their mentals, like go through that exercise.
They're like
right?
marking someone on the enemy team, waiting for their ult or whatever.
I think that I would argue that they are doing it.
Yeah, I think it is.
You think they are?
The human subconscious is fucking powerful.
I think that they're relying on a lot of just muscle memory and a lot of just like they're reacting a lot of the time. There's a lot of players that I've seen that just purely work on reaction.
Well, I think certain champions don't need to do this as much as well.
Yep.
Certain champions where it's like, okay, I don't give a fuck what the other 9 players do. If I execute my thing,
doesn't matter.
Then it doesn't matter.
Yep.
A lot of like Rivens don't give a fuck about this.
Most bruisers, a lot of
bruisers just do your own thing.
Yep.
You know?
A lot of supports.
Because like the way I think about League is like it's like Predator and Prey, right? There's like the prey, which is like the 80 carries in the mids. And they're like, we have to not die. And then there's the prey, the junglers in the tops, and then we have to kill, you know? And the supports often kind of fit into one or the other too.
Yeah, the predators, they already know what they're doing. They're gonna
where they're thinking
prey.
who can they kill.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whether it's kill or be killed, right?
It is,
Which one
right.
are you? Right? Essentially.
Yeah.
And you need to get very good at being, okay, I'm either going to be really hard to kill or be very good at killing them. One or the
But
other.
even with the predators, like the Wukongs of the world and stuff, or the Renekton's or whatever, you still are thinking about who you need to prime, who your primary targets is, who's the highest threat of the enemy team to blow your ult on or something.
Yeah, it's a
or-
different
or a
kind of
vibe.
prime. That's more win con though, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess
who
that
your
could be more
targets
win
are.
condition.
That's like knowing your role in the fight.
a little bit.
I guess not knowing
that's probably
your
more of
role.
a macro thing, isn't
Yeah.
No, but if I'm thinking as like let's say you're an assassin, you're a fizz.
Yeah.
You're just thinking, who do I kill?
If you kill the wrong person, you will lose your fight.
Yeah.
You will lose the
it?
fight.
Yeah, if I vi-ult the wrong person in a review.
Yeah. All right, it's fucking god tier. It's fucking god tier.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this all the time, Curtis, the mental
League of
stack
Legends is a
priming.
fighting game, and you can't play the fight without priming a mental stack. You're going to focus the wrong person, or you're going to die. If you're an assassin and you focus the wrong person, and if you're an immobile and you die, you will not win the fight.
Okay, but again, so I might be wrong here, but please enlighten me here. Are we talking about the actual skill of pressing tab and actively processing this information? Or are we also including the internal, like, what's going on internally? Because I've just seen a lot of people that have played thousands of games of League of Legends that kind of just intuitively know that, okay, I'm not here, I'm a fizz and I shouldn't kill the Nautilus and I got to kill one of these carries.
Yeah, I'm counting that one.
You're
and
counting
one
that
and the
in there.
same. Whether
They're
you're
one and
doing
the
it
same.
intuitively or consciously, they're the same.
All right.
You're still priming.
But
them.
they're not doing the whole like actively pressing tab. You're still including it.
Yeah. Is that fair or unfair?
It's your call. I don't really mind either way. As long as we're clear on
I
that.
just want people to know that it's important to have that information. Whether you have to, if you're a newer player, I mean, I still do it intentionally.
For sure.
I think it just is a no-brainer to do it intentionally. But you're right. There are some players who don't need to.
All right, I'm happy to put in God tier. I do think it is God tier.
Bottom
as well.
of God tier.
Bottom of God tier for now.
I think it goes above dying before
It's
neutral.
definitely, yeah, sorry.
I think it goes there.
I mean, I would even say it's above dying when your team's off the map, honestly.
Because League's a fighting game.
League's a fighting game. If you're not fighting, well,
I mean, think about how many people die when their team's off
The
the
guy's
map.
dying
they
on a
still
slow
win.
build's an early game thing. Priming a mental sack in the mid game. You can die on slow builds and do this in mid game.
Oh, does it go up even more?
I think I was genuinely thinking it might be the most important one.
Because League's a fighting game.
Why?
I can,
Yeah,
I
but if
can
you're
see
dying,
that.
but if you're dying to like ganks in the early game, I don't know.
I think they're very equal.
All right.
I that's my
Let's
take.
leave it there for now.
Fuck yes, I'm winning.
Next.
Compensating for bad fights. I mean, this is one of the most common questions we always get in the academy is how do I stop compensating? People lack the confidence to, they think they have to do too much or they think that their teammates getting caught is going to be bad for the game.
I think it's top of God tier. It's the new number one.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
come on, Charles.
If you're a League of Legends player and you're not thinking and you're simply just taking the fights because your teammates are clicking the enemy characters, you can't climb.
That's where people just get fully plateaued and stuck, right?
It's the number one reason people plateau, from what I've seen for an 80 character
Compensation.
perspective. People think that they're a follower and they can't make choices for themselves. Think about it. How the fuck that has to come before everything else because you're not even playing the game at that point. You're just being driven around or dragged along on a fucking rope.
Junglers really struggle with this. Like they get pinged to go to a gank or a fight or
Because
whatever.
Curtis, what it represents is a complete lack of intention and confidence. You're not making choices. You can't improve without making choices.
Yeah, but you can mechanically play a bad fight well.
But you're thinking about climbing. I'm thinking about climbing and improving.
Yeah, I guess you're talking about. So is it the fight selection aspect of it that really you think is important?
It's just like the mindset.
The
behind
mindset
it.
behind
It's the mindset behind it. I'm just a follower.
Yeah, because it's like you're not really thinking what I want, what my champion wants.
I'm just thinking in coaching, right? If I get presented with a VOD to review, and for the majority of fights, that player that I'm watching is not choosing the fights; they're following up on the fights, and they just think League of Legends is a game where I have to follow up and save my teammates. We have to fix that first.
Yeah, I guess getting across that mindset of just not having to be at every single fight is a very, very big thing.
I think it's the biggest.
Hundreds
20%
of
it.
LP climbing.
It is hundreds of LP.
It's divisions. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, like, if you're dying to ganks and you're not even getting to the mid game, like,
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
I think what we might need to do is we might need to move dying on slow build, dying when off the map, and dying before neutral down. God tier, I think these top three are the only three that belong in God
Agreed.
tier. Can I do that?
They're
then?
just not on the same level.
They're not on the same level.
Yeah.
I think this needs to go there. This needs to go there. And this needs to go
Yeah,
there.
great.
Yeah,
I like this.
I think this makes a little bit more
I
sense.
can move this compensating one around, but I'm just fucking big on compensation. It's just
I'm happy
Yeah,
for
it
now.
is big.
Let's have another conversation later. Let's leave it there for now.
I've got 2 rank 1s going for me at the moment. This is mental. Playing away from your strongest member.
God help me. This is one of the biggest learn objectives I give to people.
For a
on
jungler.
Yeah.
I think this is important, I would say. What do you think?
Top of important.
Yeah. Because what do we mean by this, Nathan? What do you mean when you say
So why is
it's
this
a
so?
learning
Yeah,
objective?
why is this so important to you? Like, what is this? Why? What about it specifically?
Okay, well, it depends. Remember, I'm coming from the context more so of like, you know, the way I play the game of like, you know, I get someone ahead and I want to play around them. I mean, typically junglers are not the strongest person on the map. Typically it is someone else, but you know, then you have all the carry junglers here that'll be saying, well, what are you talking about? If I play Hecarim, like I'm always the strongest, but I don't need to fight with my strong members. So I think it depends. There's another whole depend gray area. It depends what, you know, playing Jarvan or Rexall, Xin Zhao, whatever, versus playing a Hecarim, Karthus or whatever it is. I mean, I think it's, I mean, I look at the things in very important. It's missing key skill shots or fighting without R, mis-tethering. I think it just goes to the top of important. But you think it's even lower, Curtis? You think playing...
I think it's definitely not
strong
above
member.
rushing abilities. I think rushing abilities is more important.
I agree. Again,
than
fighting
playing away
game.
from-
It's more of a macro
I'm happy to put
thing.
it in between.
I think we found the spot. I think it goes there. I agree. It is a good
middle
hack
point.
though. If this
It's
list
hundreds
was
of
like
LP.
what gives you LP, I think it'd be higher. Because I think like it's easy to do. That's the thing. Is it's actually quite simple to fix. But this isn't a tier list about how simple they are to fix.
Yeah, it is an important mistake.
It's a very good tidbit for a lot of people. If you know who's strong or weak and you play around your strong members, you're going to win games, right?
Especially for like Plat Plus, Emerald Plus.
Yep.
Yeah. It also it's important for winning those games where you don't get ahead. I think that's where it comes into play a lot. It's like I'm kind of even. The map is kind of fucked. One side is strong, one side is weak. If I can then play to my strong guy and away from
And
the
that's
weak guy,
most games
it.
though in League of Legends.
Yeah.
In most games in League of Legends, you have one really fed member and one person's inting. Right?
But that's not what people think. People think that I want to be the fed member,
Right.
You know, and then I want my teammates to play around me.
Right. Yeah. It's a big one.
Are you moving it now, Nathan?
Nah, I'm still happy with it.
Moving on. Quick break from the episode, guys. If you've been listening to us talk about League and you're feeling stuck at your current rank, or you simply just want to improve as a player and see how good you can become, I want to talk to you about We Teach League Academy programs. Now, we built these role-specific academies for players who love League and want to take their improvement seriously. Inside, you get live one-on-one coaching with coaches trained by me who actually sit down, review your gameplay, and give you a step-by-step action plan to fix your mistakes. Now, on top of that, you get access to over 10,000 hours of past coaching VODs, updated champion guides, and an active Discord where you can get answers from coaches every single day. It's why our members climb on average 2.3 divisions in their first 30 days. And look, if you're on the fence, we have a 14-day, 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're keen to start taking the game seriously, head to the link in the description right now, sign up, and let's get you climbing. Now, back to the episode.
Okay, moving on to the macro section of mistakes. This is the section that we have the most.
No.
So, you know, we love decision making. And we've just, when we made this list, we just decided there's just a lot of decision-making errors people are making. So, no intent at neutral objectives. So when we say no intent, we're talking about, we're not thinking about when the next objective is.
Yeah, saying yes or saying no. Every neutral objective represents a decision. Am I going to fight the neutral objective or am I not going to fight the neutral
Well, it's
objective?
interesting because when I came into this tier list, I was thinking, oh, surely this is going to be at the top. But when I'm looking at a lot of these other things, these other things are just more important.
Yeah, I mean, I
right?
love that we started with fights and
Yeah.
deaths. I mean, that really is
League is a fighting game,
Yeah.
right? Now,
and dying's bad.
I view no intent at neutrals as more of like a translating leads thing. Like, I think if you don't, like, it's very difficult to translate leads if you don't know what the next major neutral objective is and what you're doing, right? Because you're going to lose dragons. You're just going to fumble around the map.
I think for 80 carries, it's impossible to translate a lead without neutrals because we can't split.
There's nothing else you can do.
There's nothing else to fucking do.
Yeah, you can't play picks.
Same with junglers for the most part as well.
I think it would be at least very important.
Yeah, I thought, but to rephrase, I thought it was going to be god tier, but it's just not comparatively to these other things, right?
Absolutely not.
Dying to a gank or not thinking about the neutral.
Okay, so more important than dying on weak side It's more important than playing away from a strong member mistake.
Is it more important than missing key skill shots? No.
Wow.
No
way.
Yeah.
No, because a lot of fights that aren't about neutrals.
Exactly right. So it's either bottom of very important or it's
Top of
somewhere on
important.
top of important, right?
I think it goes below Russian abilities because leads a fighting game.
I personally think that it's above more rushing abilities. The reason being is that if you're in the right place at the right time,
and you rush your
you will
abilities,
win the fight anyway. The amount of times that I look at a VOD where it's like, if you just get to the neutral early, make them come into you, you can fuck up your ability usage and you're going to be fine.
Yeah, that's why I think it's more important than missing key skill shot. That's why, for that exact reason. And maybe even above fighting without R. Because if you have intention around neutral objectives,
You're going to be thinking about your R, won't you?
yeah, you're going to be thinking, it's conscious choice. You're automatically ticking those boxes.
So we're skipping the whole fighting aspect of the game. That's what you guys are sort of
No,
saying.
but it kind of goes hand in hand. If you're thinking about the next neutral, you're obviously also thinking, like, can we win it? Can we fight it? Can we not, right?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, right, in the mid game, the entire mid game revolves around neutral objectives. You need to make a decision. Am I fighting this or am I not? But okay, to kind of, I guess, play devil's advocate to my own opinion there. If you don't have intention, what's going to happen? A fight probably will break out anyway around a neutral, at some point or another anyway, right?
Yeah, because if you don't have intent around the neutral, one of your teammates is probably going to fight it or do something. So it's an example of taking control.
Charles, it's not above fighting without R.
I think it's
not.
just below it, though. I think it's above missing a key spell. These two are very similar.
So
to me.
this is to remind me, this tier list is about improvement, right? Relative, like,
yes.
What's going to get you, help you become the best player?
Yeah,
right.
It's about what's going to make you improve so that you can climb in the long term. Yeah. That's more the mindset.
Yeah, I would say it's slightly above. I reckon where it is spot on for now, anyway.
Yeah. Should we move missing key skill shot down to important? Nah.
No, I think it's pretty bad. I mean, I'm just thinking like Nathan's Java and EQ. You miss that, you lose the fight, or that's it. It's a game, right? Or correct. You're playing Gragas and you imagine you E and you miss your R.
You're not a champ.
It's not a champ.
You've not contributed to the game.
Yeah.
All right, overstaying for tower. Now, this is a classic mistake, but in terms of the importance, like people overstay all the time, ruining games.
Are you getting the tower, or does this imply you don't get the tower?
Oh,
I think it's both. We're not.
Both.
We won't be exclusive here. I think inclusive of both scenarios.
I like dying for a T2 sometimes. I'll be the first to say it. Kind of feels good.
Well, let's say in terms of the grand scheme of the game, so we've got lots of fighting ones here and important and kind of important, some deaths. Is it more of a below, like the bottom of kind of important?
Do you guys honestly really talk about this in your reviews, overstaying for towers? Is it something that you just like really pay attention to?
I mean, jungler's just not a issue really at all because they're not really hitting.
What I'm imagining is a situation where the dragon's up in 40 seconds or something, and we're hitting a tower instead of basing.
Instead of getting to the neutral early.
But that just implies no intent at neutrals, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So overstaying for a tower in isolation. But what are you losing on the back end?
It depends.
Are we just losing tempo, or are we getting killed, or are we're
desyncing with our team?
Yeah. Are we starting a chain reaction of deaths?
Okay, so let's just start. For some reason, I'm just looking at wasting R. Is it more important or less important than wasting ultimate? It's less important, right? If you think about the amount of scenarios in a game where wasting your R versus overstaying for a tower. Overstaying for a tower is it's not happening that often. Right? Think about how many times in a game where you actually have access to a tower.
Really? I think it fucking does, dude. I think in the mid game, people, as AD carries, are obsessed with auto-taking towers.
AD carries are obsessed.
No, but it's not hitting a tower in the wrong time. It's overstaying for a tower. Where like overstaying is assuming that you need to get off the map.
Yeah, people don't do that. They don't get off the map. They stay on the map for the tower. It's a very common mistake.
Really?
Very common mid-game
Very
mistake.
common, mate.
Okay, I can't comment. I don't see this really that much.
I reckon it's not as commonly important as playing away from strong member.
I'm losing track of where things are.
In the important section. Russian abilities. It can't be more important than Russian abilities. I reckon it goes
I think it goes there, in between these two.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I actually was looking at that as well. Sure. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's below wasting ultimate.
Yeah. I just want to, it is kind of important though. It's not important. It's kind of
kind of important. Exactly where it is.
All right, forcing an end. I think this is good for winning games.
From an improvement perspective,
Probably not the most
Pretty
important thing in the
useless.
world.
Pretty useless.
Yeah.
I mean, because what it
No,
represents,
it's a 1%er.
they just having a crack. It's
Yeah.
what I think is like it's a great opportunity for learning this one specific thing where it's like in the future, if you don't know 100%, just do Vanash.
I actually think it's a 1%er. It's definitely not
Yeah.
useless because nowadays, people are getting a lot of barons. Like we're not ending the game off the first baron. You're going to need a second baron. I think it's a very common scenario you're going to be in for the most part.
And it's a 1%er, like, the principle you have, Curtis, is like, if you're not sure if you can end the game, just do Baron.
Yep.
If you have even a smidgen of doubt, just hit the Baron. And that's a good 1%er principle.
Yeah, it is a 1%er principle.
One of the reasons I win all my piss bangers is because the enemy try and force
Force an
the
end, yeah.
They run at the nexus.
Definitely not useless.
Happens to be most days.
That's
honestly.
very common to throwing games.
Maybe it is not a 1%er. It happens all the time.
No, come on, Charles.
No.
We're getting into...
Trust me, it actually doesn't. It doesn't happen all the time. You're
just
just thinking
remembering
that
them.
because it's the most painful experience.
Or it's a fun experience.
Or it's a
Because
fun
I'm receiving
experience.
the forcing of the
Yes.
All right. Not
If you looked at
sinking-
your match history, Charles, trust me, you
No,
would,
they're like 22 minutes. Yeah, I'm fully aware. Fully aware. Living in fairyland.
All right, this is one of my favorite ones, red light, green light concept, not sinking pressure. So
Yeah.
playing with your team on the map. A lot of people suck at this.
Oh, yeah.
Where did we have...
It's pretty bad.
We had dying when team off map. I mean, is this sort of the same? Like, that's very important.
So there's a lot that goes into sinking pressure, right? Awareness of your teammates,
Yeah.
thinking about specifically where they are, thinking about where you are relative to them, thinking about what are you going to do when they're back on the map. There's a lot that goes into it. I just think by that nature, it's a very multifaceted skill.
Is this the most important macro skill in League
I
of
mean, I
Legends?
kind of think it's also League of Legends.
Yeah,
It is the
yeah.
game of
It's
League
so
of
high
Legends.
level.
It's just so all encompassing for terms of fight selection, neutrals, whether you're going to go camps or whatever.
Well, in
it's
terms of
everything.
fighting to me mechanically, this is how I get away with winning games. So isn't it automatically important than all the very important fighting ones? Like maybe below
Because
Mis-tethering?
you win games
Because
without
I
doing
win games
them.
without- But the fact that exists
No, you're the
is
exception.
it below Mis-tethering?
I think it stretches into the early game too, because sinking pressure is like I'm going to stay on the map and I'm going to push while my jungle's on my side.
On your side,
for example.
not heavy training.
It's
your
pretty
jungles on
darn
the side.
important for every lane as well. If you're a top laner that is dying when your team is not on the map, it's really bad. If you're a mid laner that is dying on the map when your team is coming back up, it's really bad. Every role, 80 carry, every single role, this impacts.
I think it supersedes dying to a gank, because dying to a gank
True.
comes after you don't see.
Yeah,
pressure.
I think a lot of the time, as long as you're, because think about how many times you can win a game, even though you're a little bit weak. But if you're on the map at the same time as your team, you can still win that game.
Yeah, sinking pressure is god tier. It
It's
has
pretty
to be.
god-
It
it's
has
god
to be
tier.
god
It is
tier.
the most important macro aspect of League.
Yeah, if I could create a being which didn't compensate, prime their mental stack, and synced pressure and didn't die to ganks, that's a god tier being. That's very good.
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
Beautiful.
Deploying. Love a deploy.
So deploys are you've reset. Where do I go? What lanes? This is like lane assignments.
No, it's like just where do you go out of base?
Okay,
Yeah, because
it's
it's
deploy.
Support deploying doesn't necessarily go to that lane perma. It's more like where am I going to be initially out of base?
So it's like a jungler as well, like not like going to their crunch.
Yeah, so you might see a fight or something brewing in the river. So
Yeah.
instead of like going straight to camps, you might go to the fight. Or as your mid laner, my waves at Narnia in the side lane, I might just go straight to the fight or go mid hover for pressure.
Or spam ping in. I'm controlling this side of the map because the
Coming,
next
yeah.
objective's coming up, in a minute. Like I'm sprinting to this side
Getting
of
to
the
the
map.
neutral nice and early
top
correctly.
laners suck at this.
Coming
Like,
through mid,
yeah.
not through the side lane.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Speaking for if I'm going to use my own solo queue like you've been doing, Nathan, I'm very good at this as a
This
top
is
laner,
your expertise.
and it does carry me a lot.
Your deploys are quite important.
I don't really
Very
know my
important
matchups.
macroeconomic trend here.
It almost is. It could be renamed as like being in the right place at the right time. It's a lot of the fucking game. If you're okay, how often does this come up in coaching for you, Curtis? Because mid lane is a very deploy heavy role.
It's quite common, actually. It is quite common, specifically though, because what they do. The most common mistake in relation to this is dragons coming up in about 30 seconds, and they run bot
Yeah.
to try and greed for 2 waves, and then they're late to the fight.
Yeah.
That's the most common thing. When they should have just left those minions, deployed mid, gone with the team, got control. That is a huge thing, and that's something I will talk about even in gold.
Is
right?
that intense at neutrals, or are you saying they had intense at neutral?
Yeah, they knew,
but they
knew
just
dragon-
gaslit themselves
Exactly
and
right.
it'll be fine.
They're thinking about the dragon. They've
Yeah.
even pinged it. They know it's coming up. They're
Yeah.
just not really thinking about how to get there.
Yeah, but they don't know what it means to be there early.
Exactly
and
right.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, for me, like my intuition is that it's definitely in the important category
Yeah.
for me.
I just think, from a side laner perspective, like if you have a whiff that something's going on, whether it be at a neutral or not at a neutral,
you'll win your games.
And you just run to side lane, you're fucking the game. You're not really participating. If you don't do if every deploy is incorrect, what does that look like?
If every deploy is incorrect, think about you're going to be late to fights. You're not going to be probably attending neutrals.
Yeah.
You're going to be desynced. You'll be
on
off
the wrong
tempo.
side.
Everything will be fucked.
Yeah, but some top laners make the game seem like that. Like it's just a 4v5, and then old mate's just fucking going this, that, and the other is going around. Like,
Honestly, I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to go between rushing abilities and away from strong member. What do you think?
Is it a more important macro thing than intent at neutrals or not?
No, intent and neutrals always comes before that, right? Because you have to have intent.
it informs
The decision.
Yeah, I think. What did you say? In between these,
It's either in between those.
I think
two.
that's fine. That's great.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. All right.
Ruining the lane assignments.
I think this is big.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
I think this is big. I mean, for everyone, for tops, mids, bots, everyone.
It cascades.
It's a cascading
It
effect.
ruins it for everyone.
All right, so let's talk about lane assignments for a second. Lane assignments are really, again, it's one of those things. What was the other one that was like this? It was it was like dying when your team's off the map. It creates a cascading series of events where if the lane assignments are wrong, you're going to be losing pressure. You're not going to be able to attend that next fight. Your team's going to be desynced. Your jungler can't play around you. It will create so many problems. So by nature, at least for me, I talk about it basically every game, every review. I'm probably talking about lane assignments. You need to swap here. Because if you're a mid laner that is going into the side lane with Ignite and you're on the wrong side of the map, you're fucking useless.
Yeah.
You have no impact.
I mean, pretty much every single review for AD carry, I also mentioned it. Like, literally, like,
swapping.
You're taking the tower. Why are you still running bot? The game's happening on the top side. You're literally just sitting bot while the game's happening around you. It's like, just go mid, get push.
Yep. And I'm
swapping mid is fucking everything.
Swapping mid. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure top laners as well. If Shippy's were here, he would probably be talking about that as well, right? Because if you're a top laner that needs to get pressure, then if you don't have the right lane assignment, it doesn't matter.
I think it personally goes right behind no intent at neutrals. Because you need to have intent at neutrals to lane assign.
That's correct.
I think it goes there.
Yep.
Non-negotiable, Nathan.
Non-negotiable.
You don't lane.
Yep. So Nathan doesn't have an opinion. You're not allowed.
He neither lanes nor assigns. So he can fuck off.
But also, I love it when my lane assignments are going to the right lanes. It makes my job
makes
really
your job
easily.
easier. Makes your jungler's life easier.
What do you do if you're coaching a jungle VOD and the lane assignments are fucked? What do you say?
Yeah. What do you do?
You just have to adapt.
You adapt.
It's like, all right, your mid lane is on the complete wrong side of the map. You need to be top side here.
What I sometimes say is like, you just need to just chill out and just wait for it. It actually automatically, a lot of time it fixes itself, I find.
After a few deaths.
Yeah.
It fixes itself very inefficiently.
Yeah, very inefficiently. But people generally will start going to the right things. But yeah, just adapt. And this is going back to the principles. You know, it gets chaotic, but play around your strong members and, you know, syncing up pressure, like those fundamentals and stuff, you know, we'll supersede that. You can always bring it back to that.
One thing I will say about this, just a little tidbit to get better at this, I found, is just be the bigger man in these situations. Curtis, you're very good at this. Just be the person to drop a wave to fix for lane assignments.
That's my biggest advice. I always say just lose one or two waves. It's not the end of the world.
Because the mindset you should have is that your teammates are not going to do that. They're going to be like, well, I was here first. Like, this is my lane. But if you can be the guy to be like, it's all right, man, you have that wave. I'll just fix it. Better for the long run.
2 waves in the grand scheme of things is not going to win or lose you a game.
No.
But the right lane assignments will.
Yeah.
But if you guys are saying then doesn't that need to drop in priority? It's not that important. You can ruin a lane assignment and be fine.
No, but that implies you're going to fix it.
Okay, got it.
Ruining
So
a
you're
lane
just
assignment doesn't
permanently
imply
ruining-
you're going to fix it.
But I think that practically it always fixes itself anyway.
I don't know if I even fully agree with that.
I mean, that's a good little like mental gymnastics you can do with your jungle students, but I don't think that actually happens. Like an AD carry is going to swap mid when they feel like it, but it could be at 11 minutes or at 20 minutes. Like
I've seen lane assignments stay ruined for like a very, very, very long time.
Okay. Maybe I'm too optimistic for the laners.
I mean, think about AD carries do. They take the bot tower and they stay bot.
Yeah, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter to the game. And no, they don't. They generally don't.
No, they do. I've looked
For 5 minutes, maybe.
That's big.
That's huge.
What do you fucking
No, that's
a
on
quarter
the
of a game.
extreme, dude.
No, but in like, there's a specific elo range from like high bronze to low plat where that is just rampant.
Okay. All right.
And maybe it doesn't matter for junglers because it doesn't matter. But AD carries can't influence the game if they're doing that.
All right.
All right.
All right, next
Very
up we
passionate
have
about swapping.
overgrouping. So people always ask, when do I group? When do I split push? Or when do I farm?
I think this is not very useful.
No, I don't see.
So grouping too much is as a mistake.
It's a 1%er.
I don't see overgrouping as it's just not that common as a problem.
No.
I would say
it's a 1%er because what it represents is a missed opportunity to split. And that's a pretty high level thing that you don't really need to know how to do. It's just it's improvement by subtraction. You're not subtracting anything. You're just adding something. You're adding split pushing.
Okay, so let's compare here. We've got forcing an end. I mean, surely it's higher than that.
Yeah, it is. It's probably more important than all three of these.
It's higher than those.
So really overgroup is like ARAMing, right?
Yeah.
ARAMing's pretty good.
Okay, so let me.
Yeah, ARAMing is
It's pretty good.
So let me nut this one out for a second, right?
Yeah.
Overgrouping would be there are obvious side lane waves that need to be attended.
Yep, you're dropping.
There
farm.
isn't a reason for you to be grouped because there is nothing you can get done.
Yeah, because maybe you have no engage or your team's not going to get caught because the enemy has nothing to do.
How bad could that be though? Because no one's dying.
shit.
No one's dying there.
It's pretty bad.
I think it's definitely not a 1%er. I can't with good faith say it's a 1%er. Right? If I'm working with a platinum guy or a gold player that is sitting there with their team and there is 3 waves in the side lane
really
that need to be
shit.
attended.
It's not a 1%er.
Come
dude.
on.
Okay, but now we're being quite extremist. Like that's like taking it to its absolute
That's overgrouping,
to
though.
its nth degree. No, that's perma grouping. That's not overgrouping. Overgrouping means you group a bit too much. Perma grouping.
But that scenario that Curtis just said, that could just happen one moment of the game, and that's a really important aspect, right?
Because, okay, inbuilt within the skill of overgrouping is understanding why they shouldn't be grouping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you fix that, if you're improving at that, it's like, oh, you're thinking critically about, I don't actually need to be here.
Okay, I guess the reason why I'm big on this is like I just don't think this is an average player's problem. When I look at the average player's gameplay, they're not overgrouping, they're undergrouping.
Yes.
So
I would
that's
tend to
why
agree
I
with
think
that.
it's a 1%er.
Junglers overgroup all the time because they're really afraid that their teammates are going to get caught or whatever it is. Or like I see assassins, they sit around mid. Yeah, I say it all the time. Like,
Fuck, my jungler just does his camps and lets everyone die. That's what happens.
maybe it's just Jungle Academy members. Nah.
No, I think it's a high reelo thing.
Yeah, it's a high.
It's a high elo thing.
Charles.
Just have to jab the junglers.
Yeah.
Just jab.
They sit like I see Viego just sit mid. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Really?
Yeah.
I wish my jungle was mid.
Me too.
All right, kind of important. Is that what we're saying?
I just want to put a bottom of kind of important.
Okay. All right.
I think oversplitting, though, on the other hand, is a much bigger problem.
I think that's like important.
Ooh,
Oversplitting.
Yeah, it's very big.
It's kind of tied to incorrectly deploying.
Okay, let's talk a bit about why oversplitting is so important, right? Because oversplitting suggests that you're probably, you have a misconception about your role. You don't really know how to get involved on the game.
You're just missing
Tunnel
opportunities to
visioning on
impact the
farm.
game. You can't play. You're
ruining the game for everyone else.
yes. You're vetoing the game, basically.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely way more important than dying on weak side. I think it is more important than playing away from strong member in terms of practically like nuts and bolts. What's going to give you more improvement as an individual?
Yeah.
I would even say it's borderline even more important than incorrectly deploying. Because think about it, if you're never grouping with your team and you're oversplitting, then you're just not going to have impact. I would say that makes sense to me. Just below rushing abilities, above incorrectly deploying.
Happy with that.
And I think for top laners, this is a big problem. Mid laners, it's a big problem.
Mages, big.
Mages, big problem. I mean, I see this. I would push back. I'd say assassins.
Assassins over
The amount of Zeds and Yones and Yasuos that just, I can win side lane, so I'm going to stay in the side lane. And they just don't ever group is literally costing them hundreds and hundreds of LP and preventing them from improving as a player and winning the game.
I would put it in God tier for top lane, specifically.
Yeah, it would be.
Probably God tier for top lane.
I'm happy with this for now.
Yep.
All the top are very important for top lane.
Yeah, or something like that.
All right. Next up is defending a bad tower.
So defending an indefensible tower, but it didn't fit on the card.
I see. For some reason, I just think of like I've done a couple of Udia reviews.
Yeah, just a sack of shit, jab.
Or just melee or Viego. They just come mid and they just get dove or just get killed because they can't wait. Melee champs can't wave clear. Yeah. I mean, the Udia has no awaken R, so they just go mid and they just have no awaken. They just stand there and just get killed. Yeah. And or they lose all their HP, and then they lose.
Chunk,
they just get chunked. So if they die, they just get
and
chunks.
they show on the map as well.
And they show on the map. Yeah. It's pretty shit. But I mean, it's more of like a 1%er, I think.
Because what it reflects is like the tower's going to die anyway. All you've done is like died as well. It's like pretty bad death, but like, I don't know.
I mean, if I think about the amount of times that happens in a game, it's not that important.
I don't think I've ever mentioned this in a review, so I'm just tapping
Honestly,
out this one.
happy to chuck it on the top of useless.
You know what's interesting is, Curtis, like mid laners don't seem to have this affinity with towers, whereas AD carries and junglers, I think we like towers.
Oh yeah, well junglers are terrified of losing a tower. Like they're like, oh my god,
Why is that?
Well, because that's your job. Like you're the supportive team member. If you're losing towers, you're like losing the game. You're the objective guy.
You're meant to be there to defend. If you're not, you're in the wrong spot. Yeah.
But top of useless or 1%, bottom of 1%er.
Think about how frequently you
Curtis,
talk about it.
It's more important than fail flash.
Yeah, it's definitely more important.
Forcing an end versus bed. I mentioned it way more than forcing end and missing last hits. I think it's top of 1%er.
Like I said, I'm tapping out. I've never mentioned it once. I don't think so.
Missing last hits. It's not going top of a bed more than missing lines. Let's put top of useless.
Top of really?
Yeah, top of useless.
I was so passionate about this one, defending a bad tower. I just have flashbacks, like fucking to my coaching sessions.
Oh wait, no, yeah, AD carries fucking ruin games defending. They sit there under their tower, just
True,
lose it.
80 carries.
All right, let's chuck it at 1%.
It's definitely 1%.
1% and higher than forcing an end.
Thank
Yes,
you.
that's
what I
correct.
thought.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There we go.
Jesus Christ. All right. No win con identified. So playing the game with 0 win condition assessment.
Yeah. Driving blind.
A lot of people, so much of this stuff I would say is more important than it. But like, this is getting harder and harder for me, by the way, because, you know, if we were to start at the beginning, you know, I'm saying win con assessment is everything, but now I'm thinking, is it more important than Russian abilities?
Like, okay, so let's get the closest comparison, which is no intent at neutrals.
Okay.
Right? Because they go hand in hand. You can't think about the win con and not think about neutral objectives. They literally are one of the same for the most part, right?
But also win con can just be like, who's your win con in fights, right? Like, how do you win the fight? How do you win the game?
It's a similar skill though of like being like, okay, I press tab, what's going on? What do I see? How do I win this game, right?
So I think that it's more important than no intent at neutrals.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's more important too.
Because, Curtis, if you know exactly your role, like in the fights, you know, if anything, like with win con, okay, win con can be, I guess it's more of a macro win con, not a fight.
Can be very broad, right? Win cons could be like, win cons can be like, oh, we just got to stack dragons and we win the game. It can be also like, oh, I've got a fed AD carry. I just got to peel my AD carry. One's more like objective focused and one is more like nuts and bolts, like fighting focused.
How far in League can you get
without zero win
condition assessment?
I think you can get pretty high.
It just depends on the champ.
It depends on the champ.
Like I've seen Yasuo players that don't even know what that word means.
Win con assessment.
We need to have like this rule. It's like, you know, like Murphy's law. It's like the Yasuo's law. It just disproves all theorems vanish.
I've seen Yasuo players that haven't even heard half these words.
Yeah. Again,
sorry,
that's why it's
I love my
Yasuo's
Yasuo
law.
players. I'm sorry. I just had to sneak a little jab in there.
Yeah, Yasuo's don't prime their mental stacks. They don't sink pressure.
No.
They die to every gank and they fucking
No,
like,
Curtis,
it's KLP.
Exactly
like,
right.
what are we talking about?
Curtis, it's reverse psychology because now you're like telling the MLAs, you know, or the Yasuo community to like, you know, they're like, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
I'm a win con macro god.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What do we do here?
I think it has to go above. I think you're right. Where you said above no intent.
Yeah,
neutrals.
it's not more important than fighting without R.
Yeah, I think that's exactly where it is.
Yeah.
Right there.
And then we've got tabbing. So this is the actual info gathering part of the win con identification, but also just like pressing tab and like
Check
calibrating
items.
calibrating the game state.
Yeah.
It's very much tied to like who's strong, who's weak, the neutral stuff. Do you even think this is relevant anymore?
Not tabbing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's God tier, right?
Yeah, but isn't it tied to all these other ones we've got as well?
Yeah. I mean, if you're not pressing tab, you can't really do anything. Right?
No, but is
Not
that true?
really. That's not true, Curtis.
that
Not at
true?
all.
I get angry in
A lot of
reviews when
people
don't press tab.
They do not tab in the mid game. A lot of people, Curtis.
But how do you
They
make
get
any
it far.
choices? How do you make choices
Well,
without pressing
they
tab?
still do. I mean,
Okay.
you look at the map. Map went like mini map.
Oh, so that means it would go just above no win con identified, right? Fighting below R.
What's a more important mistake that you mentioned more? Like people fighting without ult or people not tabbing enough? Not calibrating. Let's say the full one is not tabbing and like calibrating the game.
I'll honestly put not tabbing in below. So you wouldn't know who the strong member is if you don't tab. So I would say above playing away from strong member.
Playing away from strong member in there.
Yeah.
Tabbing.
More useless than the deploy. Nah. Yeah.
No, but tabbing includes win con assessment. It has to come before the win con.
That's what I'm saying. I was going to say I was going to say it's above no win con identifier.
That's what I was gonna
below
say.
fighting without R. Just in there, in between there.
Scares me. I'm getting scared. This tier list is getting
It's getting
really
scary
harsh.
because you are right. There is a lot of people that don't press tab in mid game and they just be like, oh, there's neutral coming up there.
Yeah.
I'm kind of strong.
But that's not what we're not making a tier list of the things you must do to climb because that would be a silly tier list.
It's a level of like
I
importance.
could sit here and list a bunch of players who don't do fuck all and they climb with a very unique skill set.
Right.
We're doing a tier list.
What's going to
about-
give you the most improvement?
Yes, what's going to make you the most improvement?
Yeah, I would say that. I'm going to stand by my opinion then.
It's a big one. I do mention it a lot.
It's huge. You have to
but-
build that habit. I talk about it all the time. If you're not building the habit of pressing tab and understanding the game state, you can't actually make any sophisticated macro
Anything high
decision.
percentage.
Okay. We need to redo some things before we place this one because it's getting confusing because of the ordering is wrong. Fighting without R needs to be a higher one. That's really important. I think dying before neutral needs to go down. I think mis-tethering might need to move. Don't you think something around this area of
Yeah,
the tier
something's
list
off.
is
Something
incorrect?
is off.
Nathan, fix it.
Well, the thing that's off is that mis-tethering's early game, getting solo kills early game, dying before neutral. Yeah, that's yeah.
I think
those
getting
ones.
solo kill needs to move down a whole
Yeah,
tier.
I did. Yes.
Yep.
I think it needs to be top of
And I'm just going to call that out for people in
think
the
you said
comments.
that.
I said
I
that
think you
way
said
earlier.
that. Yeah, you did.
I think didn't I say useless for that or something?
I think you said,
I think I said.
yeah.
I think I said useless.
I think dying before neutral needs to come after no intent at neutrals as well.
Yeah, agree.
Because how could you? That has to make
Yep.
sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that more important than missing key spells?
Mis-tethering is bothering me. So mis-tethering. So let's talk about mis-tethering again for a second.
Scares the bejesus out of me.
So mis-tethering, right? We're talking about this is like not knowing the ranges of abilities and like okay, so no, let's get to there's two things embedded within this, Charles and Nathan. Mis-tethering, is it I don't know the range and I'm getting caught off guard by that, or is it I know the range and I'm misclicking?
Yeah, it's like butterfingers on the mouse.
Which I would say is more often the case with a lot of time. Most people do know the range, they're just misclicking.
Let's do the
which is not a big problem.
Really? You see that?
It's not a big
all the
problem.
time.
Wow.
See
Eddie
you
Carey,
later.
it's the opposite.
It's going down.
Where to?
It goes down to bottom of important.
Bottom of importance. That's mental. It's the whole game.
I think it has to be staying very important, but just
I think it's definitely not as important as that or that. I think it's there. I would rather tethering is more important than having. Oh no, it's not.
No, it's not. Those
No,
things
it's
have
not.
to. No,
what do you mean? But again, it's bothering me because what the fuck? The game is tethering.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's
the game,
almost God tier. I almost want to
that's
move
the
it
thing
up.
that's bothering me. Like, how are we labeling this? Losing my mind.
Do we need to rename it? Not knowing the range of spells.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like not knowing the range of spells or some shit.
Okay, and then where would it go?
Well, then that's God tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Can we just put it in God tier for now?
Yeah, let's just shove it at the.
Shove it in God tier,
I think
bottom
it's-
of God
Let's
tier.
put it in the bottom of God tier.
Mis-tethering goes bottom of God
Yeah,
tier.
and
Yes.
let's just that makes me more happier.
Yeah.
Dying on a slow build and dying with team off map. I think dying with team off map is way more important than dying on a slow build. Don't know why
Yeah,
there were swaps.
I
That's
agreed.
a bit
Yeah,
silly.
makes sense.
I think this is honestly just scaring the shit out of me again. I think that needs to go down here. Genuinely.
You're kind of out of the game, though, no? If that
I
happens?
think that's so theoretical. But again, in terms of learning, it's pretty important.
pretty big on a learning perspective, dude.
All right, it's coming back up. I think fighting without R is just so fucking big. I'm just so obsessed
No,
with dying
I
without
think
R.
what you've done here is right. What
Yeah.
you've done here is correct. It's
I don't know
below.
what I've done, but I fixed it, I think.
You fixed
I
it.
think I
So what
fixed
we were
it.
trying to do, we're trying to figure out where to put the tab section in now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so tabbing. Yeah, so now I think it's clear where tabbing goes.
Yeah.
And I think tabbing needs to go somewhere in very important.
There.
Around
Exactly
this. Yes. Okay,
Spot on.
Done. All right, let's just move it on.
there. Because think about it. If you work on that skill,
Yeah.
you will improve a lot as a player.
Yeah.
Because you have more context, you make better quality decisions, yada, yada, yada.
Sweating, dude. I'm sweating.
It's just increasing the difficulty.
It's
here.
getting very, very hard.
Building the wrong items. Now, we have to assume here you're building fine items. You're not building AP Nocturne.
Yeah, not the
The
extreme.
items are fine, but you might build a suboptimal item.
You'll stuff up like your third item or something like that.
Well, I guess it depends
Your
which
first
one, right?
item?
Maybe
Yeah,
you
or
built,
even like you're just not buying the most optimal first
it was a
item.
really good Merc Treads game, but I built steel caps.
Or it's like someone's building Ludens Zeta Malignants. It's like it's not going to lose you a game,
Yeah.
but it's maybe not optimal.
And when I do the like the challenger teaches me, right? The win rates are all very similar around like the main three items that everyone's building, like the first item, second item, third item. Obviously, the guests that I have on the show are very opinionated. I think there's just one's more superior, but the stats actually are. The win rates aren't that.
Well, some of it wasn't there cast? He didn't really care about the items too much.
Yeah, he doesn't really care.
Doesn't really
about
care,
items.
so you don't have to.
Yeah.
1%. Or is it kind of?
I was going to say
Maximizing
bottom
Aegis.
is kind of important.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it there.
Is it more important than defending a bad tower and lasting? Yeah, probably.
Yep, definitely.
It's pretty cool. I do bring it up sometimes.
All right, taking the wrong runes. So like your
runes are
matchup-
more important.
runes
Wait,
are
I
worse.
think it's more important than dying level 1. I think it goes up too. I think
Yeah,
it
I
goes up
agree,
to
yeah. Dying level 1 is more important.
Yep.
I think it goes.
Good call,
oops, sorry.
Charles.
I think it goes there.
I actually think runes are, in a way, more important than items, by the way.
Yeah, they're more fundamental to how your champion operates.
Because think about it, if you're
Correct.
taking, like, let's say, you're either taking bone plating or not.
Yeah.
That completely will change your lane, right? Or you're taking, I don't know, like you take Comet versus like Airy or something. That
Yep.
could be pretty big.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think it probably goes maybe above blowing your dying just like that maybe.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's correct.
Dying while warding on wrong items. Now, wrong. If this is a support one, then your support items are more important than this as well. So I think they go hand in hand.
Yep.
These two. I think it just makes sense.
I'm
like
happy
that.
with that for now.
Wrong summoners.
We might come back to that, by the way. It's scaring me because I think as well, like it might even be bigger than blowing flash.
I have a feeling as well.
I think it's bigger than
Well, you
blowing
keep your
flash.
mouth shut during that, Nathan. So what he does, right, is he sits on it and then he brings out the "I told you so" in 10 minutes. That's what he does. I found his methods. It's
Wait,
a good. It's a good method.
Where's the flash?
Blowing flash is in kind of important. Third one.
Blowing flash is there.
Dude, come on. Wrong runes is going to be higher than overstaying for towers.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yes.
It's going to be more
Agreed.
important than...
No, it's not more important than wasting
No,
your
it's
rolls.
not. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, that
That's
makes
fine.
more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, wrong summoners.
Junglers, you're always taking Smite, so it's really hard to stuff this one up.
No.
A Hecarim that doesn't take Ghost. You
Uh,
can probably play Ignite Hecarim and be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flash Akram might be a
So
little
what
bit
about
suboptimal.
AD carry? Taking like exhaust versus barrier or cleanse versus barrier.
I'll be
or-
honest, for like 2 years, I didn't give a. I just told people to run barrier every game.
Yeah.
It's fine. I ran barrier every game.
In top lane doesn't matter either, right? For the most part.
It matters the most in top lane.
think it
Out of
matters
every
most?
role in the game.
Yeah, so that would be
Oh yeah, because I
different.
guess if you don't have ignite, you can't.
Because they've changed the game now. You get TP
True.
embedded. So you have to know when to take exhaust, when to take ignite, when to take ghost, when to take TP.
it's probably then in kind of important right next to runes, then right? Because of how important it is in top.
No, it's not that important. Would I rather have the wrong sums or die level 1 as a top laner? I think dying level 1 is more important. This is a hard one. It's just so role specific.
Yeah, it's so
again.
role specific. In
Again-
general, then maybe we just put it smack bang in the middle, right near wrong items and blowing flash somewhere in there.
No, I think if we're being honest for all 5 roles, it should just go top of 1%ers. Because it's not that important.
But the way you were talking about with top lane, it's
Yeah, but I'm being biased to Halo again. You don't
Okay.
really need to do
Okay.
that. If I'm being
Agreed.
honest with myself, you don't need to do that.
Okay.
It's a 1%.
Agreed.
cool.
It's a min-max thing,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Interesting, taking the wrong skill order. I think I've mentioned this a couple of times.
Again, no one's going to get it completely wrong, right?
No,
They're
yeah.
just going to be like, it's going to be slightly off.
Does the league recommend you?
Yes, it does.
It does.
It
right?
flashes, yes, it flashes.
It flashes. So I think it's just like pretty useless.
Kind
No,
of.
but what if
No,
you
it's a
take-
one
it's a
percent.
1%.
It's min maxing things. Like for example, for Rexa, what I do is I put 3 points in Q, max
Yep.
E, 5 points.
It's similar in like
It's a
certain
1%.
mages. You might want 3
do you
points
do
in certain
that?
ability.
Because your Q is really more for clearing camps. But the E burst spike because you're more of an assassin, so you want to.
I now know why I do way more damage than him when I play Rexa.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense, actually.
I play more of like a burst, like an in and out. You know, I'm only going to get the 3 because off into an E.
You max.
All right, well, this is not the Rek'Sai show, so let's keep it rolling.
We're going to do a Rek'Sai show once.
Wrong skill order, where are we putting it?
I just, like, if we're not being extreme about it, it's just not important. It's just fucking useless, isn't it?
It's just a real,
I would rather someone not force an end than fix their skill
yeah,
order.
useless. I'm happy to
I
put
think
in
it's literally
useless.
top of useless.
Yep.
Not building heal cut. I just put this in here because people are obsessed with heal cut.
Kill cut.
Because people say if I'm bursting a Mundo or a Soraka and no one builds heal
Come on,
cut, I
percenter.
can't win the game.
It's a 1%er. Right? I mean, it's definitely not useless.
No.
Right? I mean, in the right game, in the right moment, you hit Mundos and a lot of heals, Sonas and shit. It's very useful.
I think it's kind of important. I think it's
Interesting.
It's like a 1%er.
I would rather someone like actually in terms of improvement. It's not really improving though, is it? It's just kind of like plug and play.
It's just a 1%er.
Wait, why is wrong skill order and not 1%er? By the way,
Yeah, it should be a 1%er.
Come
We
on,
are right. It's a bit
1%er.
elitist. It should be, it should be,
Where do I put it?
in the bottom of 1%er.
Okay, and where do I put this one?
Not building hell cart also goes into maybe top of 1%er.
All right.
okay.
I'm just having to switch my brain off because now he's accountable for those placements.
Okay, Nathan.
Well, Yeah, I mean, okay.
Yeah, I think the heel cut is the most important 1%er.
It's like the most important one-off item you can buy,
it's
right?
a freebie. It's a freebie.
Yeah.
All right. Forcing gank. We're on the jungle section.
we're in
the
the jungle
jungle,
section.
Nathan, step up. This is you.
Look at how many jungle ones there are.
You wrote all of these.
Junglers make
You
a
said,
lot
quote,
of mistakes.
junglers ruin
Junglers
games.
make the most mistakes.
They do.
Tell us, enlighten the league community, Nathan. How,
Forcing ganks.
the many ways that junglers ruin solo queue games for the league community.
Okay, so gank fundamentals and forcing ganks. I mean, so forcing ganks also for you guys as laners, it's the classic they gank and then they die and give doubles, or like you're a victor with no mana, or you don't have ult or whatever.
All right, so being on the receiving end, like reviewing, let's say silver and gold VODs, seeing the amount of junglers that force bad ganks, it's common.
Oh, mate. I
It's very common.
reviewed a diamond Fiddlesticks a few days ago. And this Fiddlesticks forced a gank at level 4, like skipped 2 camps and ran mid and ganked a Cassidy and Briar lane.
Yeah.
In diamond.
But they're in diamond.
yeah.
So?
But again, we're not thinking about what makes them the rank, are we? We're thinking about
Yeah,
like,
but still, it's still relevant.
I would say that that's an incredibly important mistake to fix, and he could be master tier immediately if he fixed it.
Okay. Nathan?
Yep, I mean, it's really hard because now it's very important, and because obviously there's some specific ones here, like
Nathan, it's fucking God tier. Just say what you believe.
It's God tier.
You believe it's God tier, don't you?
Forcing ganks. So forcing ganks, right? Obviously, it's very multifaceted. You're potentially ruining a laner. You're maybe getting late to camps or losing camps.
You're going down farm.
You're going down in farm, down in tempo.
You're hitting level 6 early.
Yeah, but as we said, is that a lot of people can get away with some bad ganks.
That is
you,
true.
You only need a few and you'll be fine. Like,
But think about how frequently you bring it up in coaching.
yeah,
That's what you
it
need
is
to think
gank
about
fundamentals. All right, let's put it at because this is now jungle. If I'm thinking about this tier list, how about I'm going to do this tier list, like where these would rank, if there's nothing else.
Yeah, do that.
Because it's sort of a separate.
Compare them to each other,
Yeah.
not to the rest of the
All
list.
right. So yeah, God tier.
Okay.
Let's just put it at the bottom of God tier.
Bottom of God tier.
Okay.
Now, how important compared to that is mis-executing.
So the
ganks.
gank is good.
Good, but they just stuff it up.
Yep.
They miss their Lee Sin Q. They miss their Elise
It's
Cocoon.
sort of like the same, I'd say, a lot of the time with like a fail flash or something like that. Honestly, I think it's kind of. I mean, it's important for the context of the game, but like they will most of the time, like it's not a lot of the time. It's not a recurring error in a game. It's just a one-off.
Doesn't it tell you a lot about their ability usage though? Like you think about, you remember you told this story 1,000 times about like the Vi that should not, combo. They weren't comboing properly, right? They were going into a gank, and what were they doing? They were like queuing then R'ing, but what they should do is walk up first, then R, then Q or something.
Isn't it tied to rushing abilities?
Yeah, it's kind of like ability.
It's literally, I was going to say, it's next to Russian abilities.
Wait, but you were just saying at the start it was going to be useless, didn't you?
Well, I was thinking of it in the
Where's
context.
the VOD? Someone get the fucking instant replay
Timestamp
going.
it, yeah.
Someone get the instant replay.
Mis-executing ganks. I mean, okay.
I was trying to help you out. I think it's pretty important.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because if someone is mis-executing ganks, it tells you a lot about their ability usage.
It's just
right?
not that common. Like they'll miss one time, they'll stuff it up, but then the next ganks will be
Interesting.
fine.
Okay.
They will just like.
So it's small potatoes, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to make sure that you understand what it is you're. It's not like, oh, they actually have the right idea with the ability, but miss the skill shot. It's more like they're actually fundamentally approaching the gank wrong. Is what the way I'm interpreting
exactly
this.
right. It's not like I miss my spell. It's like I don't know how my champ ganks. Like
Yeah.
I'm opening with Xin Zhao W.
Yes.
No, I'm categorizing this as they have the right idea, but they misexecute it.
Okay, so
Okay.
micro. It's
Well, then
mic-
that's really
micro.
small then, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it down a bunch
1%er.
then? It's a 1%er.
Let's chuck it in the bottom of 1%er.
Bottom of 1%.
No, sorry, top of 1%er. Oh wait, those things are pretty shit. Bottom of kind of important.
These are quite shit.
Yeah.
Nathan,
Let's come
you're-
back to this.
Yeah,
You're
you're
roasted.
accountable
Sorry.
here, Nathan.
Yeah. So
Step
missing
up.
Smite. How important is missing Smite?
Missing Smite is useless to bottom of 1%er.
Fail flash.
So
or
if they
Smite?
miss Smite, you'll lose, But I mean, again, something to like focus on learn objectives. Like some people go into like those tools where you can like, practice your smites and stuff. I mean, in the grand,
Nathan, I didn't see you hit a smite for
Yeah, I
a
don't-
decade.
I don't-
So,
I know.
So you were challenger. So
Nathan's never
I
smited
think you
again.
could never
top
hit a
of
smite.
top of useless. It's the same as a fail flash.
I don't think I've ever seen you win
Top
a
of
smite
useless.
battle.
Yeah, could you elaborate on that?
So it has to be
What-
useless.
Nathan, yeah, it is useless. Why
top
haven't
of
you
useless.
hit a smite?
Well, because if I do all these things of like, play with my strong members, intent and neutrals, win condition assessment, I don't need to.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
I've got a
it's very
question.
easy.
Do you miss him on purpose?
Subconsciously, I do because I want to prove that I can win games without hitting smites. But genuinely though, I don't put myself in situations where I need to to 50.
So when it does come to it, because you haven't practiced that.
Because when the enemy jungler starts running in and he's on a neutral, he's like, "Fuck it, duck." He's like, the jungler's there, shit. And he's like, what he does is you turn as well.
Yeah, I play for the fight.
That's one of Nathan's common trends. Is he'll overturn.
There's some principles where I tell people. I said a lot of the time you don't play for the smite. Still play for the fight. You'll actually kill 4 people. It's more worth the dragon.
Don't you just get good and do both?
Nah, trust me. The mindset of it's very difficult. That's like challenger level shit.
You gotta trust your junglers, man.
It's challenger level shit.
I think smiting is fun, personally. I think like it's like going to the arcade and trying to like time the button with like the blocks coming at the arcade, you know?
Yeah. I lost so much money to that machine, dude, when I was younger.
Oh, really?
I got scammed.
I'm fucking gun at that machine.
Did you win anything?
Yeah, I won a deck of Uno cards.
No way.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
Moving on.
I'm not a gambling man. All right, so forcing objectives. This is God tier.
Okay, forcing.
Yeah, forcing junglers love to force.
Is it more important to not force objectives or forcing ganks? Which mistake is more better for improving about?
Force objectives, you're really ruining the whole game for your team because you're baiting all your laners for that, and they're putting themselves in really bad positions. But a forcing gank can sort of be like, yeah, you stuff up this one lane, but you could be stuffing up multiple people.
But I don't think this is a jungle.
No, we need to step in.
This is like lane is ruining games by forcing objectives.
Everyone forces
the
objectives.
amount I see on every week I do coaching sessions, especially below platinum, laners are calling horrendous neutral objectives, spam being the jungler. Go on, do dragon now. It's like, nope, we don't pray. There's no advantage. And the jungler goes and they die.
Yeah.
It's a huge problem.
I think it's more important than forcing ganks.
And I mean, if you just remove this, it's not hard to remove, but if you remove it, it will massively improve your gameplay, improve you as a player.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it goes there.
So forcing objectives, but I'm looking at like the tabbing and the win con assessment. Maybe it's not, because if you know your win con and stuff like that, are you going to force the objective?
Yeah, and if you're constantly tabbing and pressing.
Constantly tabbing and, you know, having intent around neutrals.
I mean, I guess it has to come behind it.
It has to come behind those things a lot of the time.
So I guess it goes there.
Yep.
All right.
I like that.
By default. Bad invades, Nathan? Do you bring up bad invades a lot in your reviews?
So they invade without lane priority and stuff like that.
This is another beautiful improvement by subtraction concept.
Yes,
simply take away the bad invades.
So I'm looking at dying at weak sides, playing around strong member. I would put that in the important section.
Okay. Whereabouts?
Well, they're kind of important.
Again, what goes into bad invades is probably not being aware of prio.
Playing away from a strong member, I guess.
Playing away from
something
strong
about
member,
equivalent to weak side for junglers, maybe, right? And it's kind of like an incorrect deploy for a jungler. So it just goes somewhere around it, doesn't it?
It's very, again, this sort of like another one with the misexecution. Like it's typically only going to happen like one time a game. Like,
but doesn't it represent quite a misunderstanding about the game?
The game.
Like, isn't it a good bang for buck
I'm
value?
not going to, it's a very shitty general thing. Like, yeah, you'll just have bad evades. Like, that's a mistake. There's so much more that goes, like, all those things, again, win condition assessment, like, you know, tab in, you know, I guess do we have map awareness on here, I guess? I'm going to play with this one a little bit, but I want to put it in, like, important. Let's put it at the bottom of important for now.
Okay.
So there's missing invade opportunities. So like missing counter jungle opportunities. Let's say, you know, this is like trading sides of the map where you know you can't contest an objective or something like that.
I remember very clearly
a
few years ago, you were doing a coaching session and another jungler on YouTube reviewed Nathan's coaching. And the big criticism, this is like probably 4 years ago, was that you didn't bring up missing invades enough. Have you changed your ways, Nathan? Do you talk about missing invades?
It's more in the context of like mid-game. And it ties into like trading objectives off or trading sides of the map. Like, okay, that one was specifically, he was really focused like min-max and like perfect early games and like, you know, taking away like that one camp or whatever it is, you know, to get like a very, very small
Let's assume it
wins
means that.
You know.
Let's assume this means early game. Because when someone thinks of invade, they don't think of like trading sides and getting camps later. It's
Let's
early game.
Put it in top of kind of important.
You think it's more important than wasting your ults? Missing invade.
It can be very big. It can be very important.
Wow, that's pretty cooked.
Well, because if you think about it, right? If you get in, let's say you get invaded. No, but let's say you get invaded. And you don't invade back or something. You know, you don't vertical. That's pretty big.
Yeah, but that's That's not the same.
Yeah, it's honestly, again, like mid game, like fighting, like sort. It can't touch any of the fighting stuff. So yeah, it has to be below wasting, not blowing flash. Let's chuck it just above mis-executing ganks.
Part of me feels like wasting R needs to be higher.
Wasting ult.
Yeah, do you think it needs to be bottom of important?
Yeah, why is wrong runes so close to wasting goddamn ult?
Like I'd be much more comfortable with wasting ult to be like unimportant.
I think wasting ult needs to be above dying on weak side.
Yeah,
I think it goes
agreed.
there. We're moving stuff around.
Yeah.
It's wrong routes.
All right, so doing bad invades.
No, that is where that goes. That makes sense.
Doing bad invades, you're literally, again, influencing your
Ruining
teammates
the
and
game.
ruining the game. But if you're missing invade opportunities, it's all about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're mis-executing ganks, it's more, again, about yourself, like maybe
I
missing
mean,
a
I'm just
kill
going
or
to speak
whatever.
for I'm a terrible jungler, but I don't think I invaded a single time, and I was winning games in Master Tier lobbies all the time with fighting.
What I was expecting you to do, by the way, was put missing invades in useless and put bad invades in like very important. I was expecting those two to be very far apart. Like, do you really think people need to focus on their missed invades? Is that where people need to put their attention in the review?
No. So bad invades is going to go right next to force and objectives because
Yes. I agree.
you're influencing so much of your teammates. Yes.
I agree with that.
And that is technically forcing the invade.
What about missing invades is 1%?
Missing invade opportunities.
That's a 1%.
It's a 1%er,
It is a
yeah.
1%. Where does it go? I
No,
mean,
but it's got to be on top of not building heal card, dude, for sure. Nah, dude, it's at the bottom of kind of important, I
okay,
think.
bottom. So under mis-executing ganks.
Yes, that's right.
Sure.
Yep. All right, I'm happy with this.
Something you do as well is you put things at the bottom of sections. It's kind of like a bitch move, I'll be honest, instead of placing it
Because
accurately.
Some of these, yeah, they're just really important.
All right, keep going. Panning your camera.
Panning your camera, so information
If
collection.
Sybil were here, he'd be saying
Big on the camera
"God,
panning.
yeah."
Yeah.
He says, like, how do you play the game without panning your camera? Can you?
So panning camera is really interesting because, you know, a lot of people say like just pan your camera more, but a lot of junglers don't know what they're looking for. So
Camera panning's not a jungle thing. Why are we putting that as a jungler? Every role
Needs to
pans
pan
their
the
goddamn
camera.
camera,
I
right?
beg to differ.
Or maybe I guess not anti carry, right? True, but
yes, this
It's
is an every
big.
role thing.
Even
yeah.
top lane, I'm not panning
I mean,
my camera.
think about
That's true.
think about Faker and his F keys, right?
but camera panning is also like in the fight, like panning your camera around the fight, like knowing like what's going on.
Yeah, it's not that important.
When I say panning camera, I think it's literally just like checking lanes that you're going to gank. But yeah, this should be for everything, basically.
Yeah. So obviously for jungle, it's probably the most relevant, right? Because you need to constantly check wave states, lane states,
And
like,
also,
heavy trading, what's
you're the
going
most
on.
free. Your mental stack's super free,
Yep.
right? So you're the one that should have the most information in the game because clearing camps is, you know, not that hard.
All right, I'm just going to place it and you guys can argue. I think it goes in top of kind of important. I think it goes
No,
Jesus
it goes in important for sure. I disagree. It has to go. It's going
Imagine saying panning your camera
between-
is kind of
Yeah,
important.
it's kind of important. Yeah.
between wasting ultimate and dying on weak side. That's where it should go.
Okay.
The
I
reason
was pretty
being
close.
is because you literally can't make so many decisions as a jungler and as a mid laner without knowing the information. You're just purely guessing. Whether it's a roam, whether it's a fight, like fight selection. You've got to pan your camera to the fight. Or what
that's
abilities
true.
have they used? Have they used ult? Have they used flash? Have they fucking used the E?
Mother
What-
of God, we have compensating bad fight as the biggest one. No, but people don't pan. That's actually, yeah. When people compensate for a bad
they
fight,
don't pan the camera.
It's because they don't think. Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's pretty damn big.
It's more important than solo kill, dude, for sure.
What?
Yes. Top of importance.
Rushing spells?
No.
No, solo kill is too
Yeah, too
high.
high, yep.
Solo kill is too
Fuck it
high.
off,
This
agreed.
needs to go down
Yeah.
to like, I think just there, just down one.
Yep.
I think that's fine.
Yep.
Rushing abilities is the most important of the importance.
Yep.
Playing away from your strong member
Okay,
or
yeah,
camera
not
panning?
panning camera, I guess.
Let's
your
leave it there for
ults,
now.
strong
Let's maybe
member. Yep.
reassess.
All right, not fixing waves. So this is the classic. I go gank a lane and like I don't know what to do with the. Should I push it or should I leave it, or just the aspect of I like identifying your lane is just gonna die.
What about my waves fucked? I need my jungler and you're not
Yeah.
coming out. Does that matter? Do you need to do that?
I don't really. I talk about this in coaching sessions, maybe 1 in like 5 reviews or something like that. It's probably.
Isn't it
it's
just a
kind
high
of
elo thing
important.
as well?
Yeah, it's more of a high elo thing.
Is it just a 1%er?
top of 1%er?
Okay.
Yeah,
What do you
Getting double crabbed.
getting double crabbed.
think? Is that important? You know, problem solve that?
Nah, it's pretty shit.
But
use my own solo queue. I got double crabbed last night, and I went 20-2.
I get double crabbed all the time.
But is it symptomatic of something?
Not always.
Not always.
Sometimes it's not even an error.
It is. Yeah, you show on the map. You do. You go contest the crab that you can't contest. There's no pride in there. The jungler's on the same side as you. They just go double crab you or whatever. It is pretty shit, but it's not. It's definitely not in the importance.
Yep.
It would be the bottom of kind of important to 1%er. Let's say top of 1%er.
It's more important than fixing waves.
Yeah, double
so
crab.
So solving
is
the
an
double
aspect.
crab is more important than fixing waves.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
So you don't think junglers should fix waves? It sounds like.
Nah, it's not.
Us laners, we're just on our own.
Yeah,
I very rarely see junglers fix waves.
Yeah.
No, junglers ruin waves.
Yeah, if anything.
Again, it's more of a higher elo.
It's a very
thing,
high elo
guys.
thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Forcing the first
That
crab.
sounds pretty
Yeah.
juicy.
That word forcing.
Forcing is a lot of this is
Scares
up
the
here.
bejeebus out of me. Forcing.
Because it implies that these junglers are like deranged. They're just forcing things.
Yeah, because they finish their camps and they don't know what to do. They just want to do something. They want to participate in the game, guys. All right. So yeah, the forcing ones go really high. I mean, this dictates a lot. I mean, early junglers have a lot of power early game, and if you're literally giving the enemy team 3 kills because you're contesting a crab and bot side,
3 kills.
because you're baiting your ADC and support and ruining their waves.
Yeah, I lost the game last week from this. Jungler forced a crab, pinged everyone, we all went, died. Triple kill.
Yeah.
Bam, triple kill.
Yeah,
Isn't that just compensating by you 3?
So Russian abilities, let's put it in getting solo killed. I think it goes into the important section. Oh, is it more important? Nah, the panning camera. It goes below panning camera for sure. I'm still chipping away.
Okay. Forcing crab or wrong runes? It's more important than wrong runes.
Yeah, more
isn't
important
it?
than wrong runes.
Yeah, I like what you said between dying on weak side and not camera panning. I think that's correct. Yeah,
Yep.
I think that's pretty correct.
Yeah. Missing dive
Missing a
opportunities.
dive.
This is really important, I would say, for like emerald
interesting.
diamond junglers.
Okay,
It's more
high
of
elo. It's a high elo thing.
thing. I mean, it's game changing. If I miss dive opportunities in my games, it's an end of
Yeah,
review
I
moment.
mean, watching when your reviews, like, I think if someone misses a dive opportunity, that's a huge review point, right?
yes, absolutely.
It's good
Because
learnings,
what goes into it is like they're aware of the wave state, they understand the volatility, they understand
panning their camera.
panning their camera. There's a lot that goes into that.
Yep.
It's a very high value skill to
Yes,
work on, right?
It is. Does it go in?
A jungler that knows how to spot dive opportunities is typically quite a good jungler,
And
right?
dude, you're diving. Like a lot of people say, like, oh, my laners don't set up dives or whatever it is. People think it's like this slow build or whatever. People just a low HP in the lane and they can't contest the wave. Doesn't matter what elo you're in, and they're just going to get the wave into them. You can just free dives. I definitely think it is an important skill and is a very common mistake for, a lot of elos. I would say that I really focus on it Emerald Plus. If you're missing dives, it's really bad. So it depends on the elo. I would say let's put it on.
Think about it relative to bad invades, Nathan.
Where's bad invades? Bad invades is very important.
Bad invades is very important.
But that's like ruining the game versus missed opportunities.
Yeah, missing a dive doesn't ruin the game.
No. Let's put it in.
I think it needs to be under forcing first crab, surely.
Yeah, I think that's fine. It's definitely important. Yep.
Okay. Wait, but how can it be better than a death on weak side? Does it go there, really?
I think no, because remember, it's not about the result of the game; it's about improvement. I think.
I mean, do you ever talk about this in if you have a classic coaching session with someone from silver to platinum? Do you bring this up?
No.
Then how can it be important? That's where the most of the player base is.
Because I have to balance it with
Nathan,
like,
I would-
no, because can you
it's very
climb
important.
past Emerald missing dive opportunities?
Yes.
Fucking oath. I think it's a 1%er. I'll just fucking say it. It's a 1%er. You don't need to dive towers. You can just ignore
Okay,
dives.
so we have missing invades in kind of important, and that's a missed opportunity.
I think it's more important than that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's just one more
important.
I mean, I'm not the junk. I mean,
No,
I
let's
kind
do
of
it.
am,
One
but
more
I think it
important.
goes there because,
Yep,
again,
agree.
improvement by subtraction, it has to be a principle we follow. Yeah.
Yes, agreed.
Missing things isn't that important, guys.
No.
You don't need to be diving.
Losing track of the enemy jungler. Now, jungle tracking, I get people focused on this pretty early. It's big these days because it dictates so much of your decision making as a jungler. It dictates whether you're going to, if you jungle track it, if you're going to actually gank, if you're going to start an objective, if you're going to trade sides of the map. Oof. I mean, this forcing ganks, forcing objectives, bad invades. Holy shit, this is hard. It's in very important for sure. I was actually going to put in God tier for jungle. Like jungle tracking that's really what the game you're playing.
So how specific does your jungle tracking have to be, and how do you have to do it the whole game? Like, what are we talking about here?
I feel like this is the jungle role, isn't it?
It is the role. You have to mark your opponent.
Yeah. So when I play jungle, it's everything I do is based on where the enemy jungler is.
It is, yeah.
So isn't it just a fundamental of fundamentals? Isn't it like almost top of God tier?
Yeah, I was going to put God tier.
Because you can't really play the jungle role with most junglers without developing this skill, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be highly inconsistent.
Yeah, so what's going to happen is you're going to get counter ganked, right? You'll probably force bad ganks. You will take bad neutral objectives, bad scuttle fights. Obviously there's all the missed opportunity stuff, miss invades and shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's going to create errors and missed opportunities.
Errors and missed opportunities, exactly.
I think it's just the jungle equivalent of dying to a gank.
Yes.
I think it goes like there.
I love it.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah, it's the jungle equivalent of like mis-tethering and stuff. I agree.
There you go.
Beautiful. All right, so defending camps. So this is what junglers do. They defend their camps and they die for their camps.
So defending undefendable camps.
Yes. Really big missed opportunity because now they're not in the realm of trading tiles or
losing
map,
tempo.
whatever. So this is sort of following the principle of like missing opportunities. So does that mean it's probably more of like a kind of important than I guess, right?
Is it more important than dying level 1? Or building the wrong items? Or blowing your flash?
A lot of junglers do this. Let's group up. Let's put it in next to missing a dive.
You always put stuff at the end, I've noticed. You got to put it like here or something, dude.
No, missing a dive. God, dude, missing a dive, missed opportunity. Diving is more important than defending camp. So yeah, it goes below there. Yeah, because defending your camp, okay, think about the gold value difference. You're defending your camp, you're dying, and you're missing the opportunity to trade sides of the map. It's about gold equivalent of missing a dive opportunity.
Well, stop thinking about like gold and economy. You got to think about how frequently this comes up in the reviews.
As a skill that needs to be improved
it's
on.
perfect. It's a perfect position.
Okay.
Kind
really
of important. Yeah.
Okay, damn. So you bring it up less than dive opportunities. People over defending camps.
So it's that common. It's really common. It's quite common.
It's quite common, yeah.
Wow.
More than missing invades and less than missing dives. Jungles. Interesting.
All right, and then slow clears.
Clearing like my nan.
Yeah, so what's the extreme here? Because being world-class clearing is not that important. Like I don't tell people to get world first because they need to.
All right, so let's define, right? Let's say having a slow clear, we'll define it as you're in the bottom like let's
Below
say 30%.
Yeah.
The bottom 30% of.
So are you finishing your clear after the crab spawn, so you're not on time for the crab.
But this is through the entire game, right? So like they're not kiting camps.
I mean, if you don't know how to clear,
you're losing a lot of seconds.
Oh, but doesn't clearing become pretty fucking easy after like
it does,
a couple
like,
of recall?
practically
The first clear is the most important clear.
One. So yeah, so we're going to say specifically clearing slow on the first clear.
Okay.
I mean, I got to Challenger doing a slow first clear.
But how slow was it? And doesn't it depend on the champion?
It was average. It does depend on the champion.
You're the exception again, though, Nathan. You just because you can, most junglers don't climb with that.
I mean, when I was playing jungle, I was losing games off it straight up. I literally couldn't win because of
the
it.
way you played.
But again, that's high elo though, guys.
True, that was Master Plus.
You could fight well as well.
But because what would happen? I was late to every crap. I'll get double crapped every game, no matter what.
Yeah.
And I could never gank. I'm permanently behind the tempo. It was just ruined my game.
There we go. This is very important, Nathan. You got to place this properly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to influence.
So
you
when
anymore.
you're working, tell me if you're working with a gold jungler, understanding how to do their clear, is that something you bring up? If they're not clearing properly, like how important?
Okay, if their clear is in like the bottom 30%, they do need to fix that. It is quite important. So if we're saying that it's 30%, like that's
again, we're talking about improving their gameplay. Is this really going to improve their gameplay? It is going to fucking improve their gameplay.
Help them improve and climb.
Let's chuck it in. I mean, it's like almost like a god tier fundamental. I think it's in god tier, and it's as important as the whole mis-tethering jungle tracking. So I'll put it below, like right next to mis-tethering.
It is. I agree.
Yeah, it's the foundation for the game.
It's the foundation for the game.
Again, we're saying they're in the below average.
Yeah.
They need to
their
fix
clear
it.
is slow.
Yeah.
They have a slow
You'll
clear.
be playing a different
It's like
game.
it's just like low hanging fruit. Just fucking do it.
That's right.
Sure.
Correct. It's in God tier.
And it is fundamental.
And
You're
it will
right.
impact a lot of future decisions.
Yeah.
Not only errors, but missed opportunities, both.
Yeah.
All right, we're on to the mindset section now.
Mindset.
So we have flaming in chat.
I think this is so big, dude, personally.
It really affects.
It ruins
all
the
these.
game.
Yeah.
It will
Yeah.
literally make people perform worse.
God tier.
I think it goes like just underneath compensating. I think it's there. I think it's that. I think it's that impactful and important.
Yeah.
Because
It's a
think
really
about it,
basic thing to remove.
You can't prime your mental stack. You won't sing pressure. You won't track the jungle because you're doing this. You're going like,
And
okay,
people will
this time-
self-sabotage
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
The amount of LP you're losing by flaming in chat is ginormous.
Yeah, and it's just hindering your
And
improvement.
hindering your improvement. Yeah. Well, it's hindering your improvement. You're losing flow state. You can't perform. You're making other people's perform worse.
Yep, you're blaming externals, so you're actually missing opportunities in the review.
You won't be able to review.
No
Yeah,
accountability.
It's a lose-lose-lose scenario.
Is it the worst one? Is it worse than compensating?
I think it might be. It might be literally.
I mean, think about it.
unironically.
When we see a review, right, in coaching, and someone flames their teammates, it has to supersede everything. We stop talking about the gameplay and we start talking about
Yeah.
that. So it has to be the most important.
Because you will always compensate for a bad fight if you're flaming in chat, basically, as well.
But if we're going to use the Nathan Mott principle, he said he got challenger without clearing or what have you. Other people get challenged while flaming in chat.
I just don't think that's a relevant thing. In
I
the
agree. I
concept
was
of
just
this.
disproving that
Yeah.
theorem, the Mott theorem.
Yep,
That's
the
another
Mott
theorem.
The theorem.
The Mott theorem.
So we have the Yasuo's law and Mott's theorem.
if they can get to challenger without doing this, then there's no way it can be God tier. That's the theorem.
that's the theorem. Yeah.
All right.
If I did it, it means that it doesn't matter. Okay.
All right, Miss Mia pinging teammates. So
I don't think it's as
not
abhorrent
as
as
bad.
flaming.
so this is spam pinging your teammates.
When your teammates die, just a little passive aggressive Mia ping.
I'm thinking like spam pinging though, like
Like pretty
multiple
bad.
question mark. Yeah, multiple
Well,
question
you're
mark.
affecting someone else's
Or even
performance
like
now.
someone like misses an ability that like it happens all the time. Like you miss an ability and someone like cool question mark ping you and shit.
Yeah.
It's really big. I think it's really
Interesting.
big.
Yeah. I used to do this, I'll be honest. I did used to do this.
It
was
really
hard-
throws
it was
people
a,
off.
It was a difficult habit to break doing this. A lot of people do this just as like as a system one response.
They do. Yeah, when I see people that bring VODs to coaching sessions, they
It's
just do
also-
it and they just don't even realize.
No, because it's also symptomatic of not taking accountability and not respecting the difficulty of the game and blaming teammates and all this shit.
Because what it is the reason I would do it is because I would have just been caught up in the culture of the games and like everyone's doing it. So it's like, oh, people do it to me. So when they fuck up, I'm going to Mia ping them. And then it becomes this whole thing of like just feeding into it. Maybe it is God tier. Maybe it is God tier.
Because it's the mindset behind it.
It is. It's what it represents.
It's what it represents. It's very
I think it
big.
just has to go just behind flaming in chat, actually, doesn't it? It has to go right there.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I mean,
but
if someone is Mia pinging teammates, if they
Constantly,
remove that from their gameplay and they shift the underlying mindset, they will improve so much as a
Yep.
player.
Agreed. Yep.
So it is
Yeah,
good tier.
because it's not like someone can stop doing that mechanically without changing their brain. It has to go mindset shift and then stop Mia pinging. Yeah.
Exactly right.
playing on tilt, tabbing out, and spam FFing. I think everything's got in God tier.
Yeah, we're
except for
fucked.
listening to music.
The tier list is cooked. Playing on tilt. Let's just deal with them one at a time. So playing on tilt.
It's God tier.
It has to be
Top
the most important
is the most important thing.
because you can't fucking.
If you're playing on tilt, it
Yeah.
doesn't fucking
It's
matter.
the biggest mistake you could make.
It's the
is
biggest mistake you could possibly make in
playing
League of Legends is playing
yeah.
on tilt.
Yeah. Okay. Listening to music. And we believe strongly on this podcast that listening to music is costing you LP. You shouldn't do it.
I'll put it top of very important.
It's making you play worse. It's hindering your improvement. You can't enter flows. It's not good. People just lie to themselves and say they can.
Yes, that's what we noticed. Top of very important.
Is it more important than your clear or forcing ganks?
Yeah,
It's not in
no,
God.
it's
I don't
not
think
as
it's God
important.
tier.
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
think it's God tier.
Dying on your teams on the map or listening to music? I mean, listening to music is going to make you do that. So I'm going to put listening to music before it.
Yes, beautiful. Top of very
All
important.
right. Can we still see the whole tier list?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
Let's keep that in. Fuck it.
Tabbing out.
This is big, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, are we
so-
talking about tabbing out while you're in base, though?
It depends on the levels of it, right? There are people that are obsessive and they will tab at every single lol state. They're not, so as a result, they're missing opportunities to gather
So
information.
it's like alt tabbing, like on to check their Discord message or something
Well,
like that.
because think about it, it's symptomatic of you're not thinking in advance about the next neutral, the win con. You're not thinking about your role. You're not thinking about teammates' locations. You're not thinking about sinking pressure. You're just missing a lot of information. So I would have to say that it's also very important,
Yeah. Okay. I think I want to move listening to music to like there. And I want to move the tabbing out one right next to it.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
I like
sense,
it.
yeah.
Yep. I like it.
Spam FFing.
I don't think it's actually that big of a deal. A lot of people spam FF and it's like, they're just pissing it out.
Depends how fucked the game is. If it's like a somewhat logical FF, it's like we're hard losing the game. I just want to FF. Get me out. I've had a shit one. I want to get into the review. Then sure. But if I've had these games where like people just we're winning comfortably and something just doesn't go their way and they just passively chuck an FF in the chat.
Yeah, but I feel like it doesn't have the same weight behind it like the other things do. Like I feel like just quickly putting in an FF is something that is like. It's kind of easy to do. You don't have to have a super toxic mindset.
And a lot of people
behind
don't
it.
really care because I see it all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's not that
I think it's kind
of
of
important.
important.
Top of kind of important.
I would put it as a kind
It's
of
more important than the runes.
Like I'll mention it, but I'm not gonna like. I don't think it's like super problematic.
I don't
No,
think it's more. I
actually,
think it goes
yeah, it
under
goes quite
items.
low.
It goes like dying level 1 or spam FFing.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
And someone like
Dude, it goes on the bottom of kind of important, dude, for sure.
missing invades.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now we're gonna start some scrolling. So missing resets.
Missing
Oh,
reset.
we're to the lane section now. We should
Yeah,
say.
it's from the
A whole
lane.
new
So
section.
what do we just do? The mindset. Do we need to remove anything mindset wise, or are we fine?
I think it's pretty good.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really good.
Missing resets. So missing a reset opportunity in lane mostly. Are we thinking?
I mean, this is something that I will talk about a lot with the lower elo community.
Yeah.
If we're talking about silver, gold, bronze.
Let's just put it in very important, and we can move it around.
I mean, it's a fundamental of the game. If you're missing reset windows, what that will lead to is you'll be stuck in lane with low resources. You'll be
It's such a common learning. Is it god tier?
it's pretty big.
Is it fucking god tier?
You will be getting you'll be attending fights with too much gold. You will be probably late to neutrals. I mean, it's everything. It impacts everything.
I think topper very important.
Yeah.
But if you think it's everything, Curtis, it's like a fundamental of a laner. So we're talking about clearing slowly as a jungler, losing track of the enemy jungler.
I think it has to go in god tier.
I think it's in
Curtis.
god tier.
Okay, most reviews under.
It's below. It's just under mis-tethering, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. That makes sense. It's as fundamental as
It's
that.
as fundamental as that.
Yeah.
Because the game is about resources, right? If you're overstaying in lane,
Yep.
because again, I'm not thinking about can you climb without it. Of course you can. I'm just thinking like if you were to improve on this, what is the upside? The upside is ginormous because
Yeah.
you're going to be up in tempo more. You'll be attending more fights. You'll be stronger at fights. The game will just feel like a weight has been lifted off your
Correct.
shoulders.
Exactly.
Getting your base cancelled. Now, I did a Challenger Teaches Me episode with 610. And he said that this is how he's gotten to like top 10 in EUS Challenger.
Canceling recalls.
So cancelling recalls.
Yeah, it is really good.
He literally makes this like a learning objective for people.
I think
now again, this depends on the rank and all that sort of stuff. But in terms of maybe, is this instantly going to a 1%er?
Getting
No,
your
'cause we're
base
not-
cancelled.
Well,
So
we're
the-
not
the-
talking about the
the-
upside.
sorry,
We're
yeah,
talking
talking
about
about
getting your
your
base
base
cancelled.
cancelled.
AKA basing in a bad spot. I think it's quite important. It does come up with 80 carries quite a bit. Like, it's a common mistake, Curtis. I think it is a common mistake.
It is a
mid
very
lane.
common
It doesn't
mistake.
happen because your lane's too small anyway. There's nowhere bad to base.
Yeah, you are right. I'm looking at the things in kind of important. It is more important than all those. It's definitely in the important category.
Let's slap it up here and then we'll scroll.
Yeah, so
and have a
it's
think.
definitely somewhere in there, right? So so we got dying on weak side. Okay, we got wasting ultimate. Let's use wasting ultimate as a calibration,
A guiding principle.
a guiding principle. Is it more or less important in terms of like improving as a player than wasting ultimate? I think
it's more important.
I think it is more important.
But it's not as important as playing around strong member.
Yeah, I think it's right in there. I think it's
Perfect.
bang
Easy.
on.
Clip it and ship it.
Losing trades.
Ooh.
Is this a fundamental? So can you, I mean, obviously trading is a fundamental of like your champion. Like there's so much that goes into losing trades, right?
I mean, losing trades again is it has a massive cascading effect, right? If you're losing trades, you're losing control over the wave, you're losing priority, you can't attend fights.
It's more important than missing resets.
Yes, definitely.
It's god tier for sure. I think it's just under mis-tethering.
and it's tied with tethering.
Yeah, it makes.
I mean, they go hand in hand, right?
Yep, exactly right.
Yep.
Yeah, losing trades. It's every fucking review
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Every reviews, you're always talking about trading.
Yeah, you're always about trading.
Yep. All right.
It's
Happy with that. Easy.
Laning's easy, dude.
Yeah.
The jungle section took ages. Jungle's so convoluted.
Jungle's so
Laning's
hard.
Overstaying on low resources. This is also so big.
Big.
Especially for like below emerald players. Just like
They sit in lane with no mana or no health or whatever.
It goes right next to missing reset because it's the same thing, right?
Agree.
Holy shit.
I mean, because think about it. When you're overseeing low resources, you have no adaptability. Adaptability is the game of League of Legends.
Lucas is really big on this, isn't he? He says all the time, he thinks about the game of like replenishing your resources. So you can just be on the map and do shit.
Yeah, because shit's going to hit the fan of solo queue. Things are going on everywhere. You need to have adaptability. If you work on this, even if you don't know what to do, you're going to be available. You're going to be available to shit.
Being available is the principle.
Goes a long
gas
way.
in the tank to drive the car. Missing a ward timer.
Probably
It's kind of important.
top of kind of important. Blowing flash on items.
So, as a
awarding.
side laner,
Think about it as a top laner, Charles. Give us some context for top laners out there.
you kind of just don't need to as much. Like, there's one ward in the whole game which is really important to place, which is just as the enemy jungle is finishing their first clear.
Yep.
Then after that, kind of just off to the races. It's kind of fine.
Ward, whatever.
You don't really, as a melee top laner, you're not really up the lane. That is a wave management problem, not a ward timer problem.
I would say it's above blowing flash in kind of important.
Okay.
And it's below wrong runes.
Yeah.
I think it's around there.
Yeah, that looks correct.
Because you can be a bit rough around the edges with your war timer. You can miss one, but you can get one later.
This mis-executing gank one is staring at me, Nathan. Is that really that low?
Yeah, because remember my theory around that is because it only happens like one.
So remember the way he defined it, Charles, was the gank was fundamentally done well.
But you stuffed it up.
He just missed the skill shot.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, not tracking a jungle's first clear of the game.
I think this is really big. Not god tier. It's not god tier.
How do you track the first clear at the moment? Like, what do you
You
mean?
ward the Raptors.
Because there's no leashes.
It's the Raptors.
Yeah, you
ward.
try to get an early ward out on Raptors or something like that. If you can't get a level 1 ward, then you try to get contest shove and then ward on the second wave or the third
This is
wave.
only a mid lane thing then, because I, as a top laner or an AD carry, cannot track the first clear.
That's correct.
Simply
You have no
cannot.
power over
I
that.
have to simply wait until my jungler arrives on location at the crab.
And bot lane, I guess
and
it
then
doesn't
choose.
matter. You don't know either, right?
Nope, not at all.
So it's
I don't know.
purely mid laner and the enemy, probably just pure mid laner,
Well,
right?
Nathan put losing track of enemy jungle in god tier for junglers. Is it as important for mid?
Not tracking. Okay, so basically why I'm concerned about this is because
Wait, actually, just before you answer, I think we should extend this, right? So let's call the first clear ending after crab. So if I'm a top laner or an AD carry and I see that my jungler is on bot crab, I can infer they're on top crab. So that information is included in this point.
Remember,
so I think it's very important.
that's what happened in our tournament, Curtis. Remember, we didn't realize what where Sedge was after the first clear and that completely changed your lane. But is that like a high yellow
big.
1%er?
I mean, fundamentally, as a laner, you need to be able to lean on the right side of the lane.
Yeah.
And that changes everything, right? So if I don't know where the jungler is, then I have to sit behind my wave
Or where they started.
a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I would say, I'm just comparing with a few of these other ones. Dying before a neutral, ruining a lane assignment. I mean, it's definitely more important than ruining a lane assignment, I think. Because, is it? Maybe it's not. No, it's not. I'm just saying the average player's experience, like in gold. No, it's definitely not.
Where have we got dying to a gank? Where the hell's that?
No, it's actually.
We've got dying to a gank in god tier. That doesn't imply the first gank. That could be any time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you smirking?
Well, because you said, no, I'm just saying, for Dante Gang, you said that's what people die in gangs all the time. It's really bad for their game.
It is. It's heinous, yes.
Okay, it might be a bit wild, but do you think it goes in important below getting solo killed?
Yeah, it is less important. But is that just because getting solo killed is misplaced?
Below rushing abilities?
Doesn't getting solo killed need to go up? Why have we put that down? Did you trick me?
Yes, I did.
Fuck.
But it's correct.
I think
No, it's not correct.
no, this goes like here. That goes there.
Yeah.
That's mental.
It's big.
We've
very
been tricked.
big.
Someone needs to timestamp when did the trick happen? Nathan Mott's prestige got his put it there.
Nah, not tracking first clear. Maybe it's top of or below rushing abilities.
Yes, it's there. Below rushing ability. I agree.
I like it.
How did you do that?
People just get solo kill in my games. I just don't care.
You're a magician. Okay, greeting for a plate. So this is like you kind of cook your tempo a bit. Maybe you get your base cancelled off this. Or maybe you have to stay in lane.
Do you guys talk about this often?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the long lanes, this is very important.
Okay.
Like, I would say that greeting for a plate.
I mean, that completely changes your tempo and everything. It's sort of the same as like doing like a really low tempo dragon or something. It really, really stuffs you up.
I think it's just tied to resets. I think it's just there. I think it's literally.
Really?
It's pretty.
That
No, it's
scares the
not.
crap
No,
out
but
of
it's
me.
actually what it implies. Greeting for a plate implies you're going to get your base cancelled, or it implies
Right.
you're going to like.
It implies
miss
you're
a
not
recall.
thinking about tempo. It implies also you're not really thinking about what you need to do next.
Wait, what the hell? How can we have missing reset in God tier, but getting your base cancelled in important, where they're the same thing?
Because it's more about what you can control your resets.
That's the intention.
Yeah. No, you just have more power over it. Like, but getting your base cancelled all the time, a lot of it's just like some dumb luck.
Yeah,
or
it could
something
be dumb
weird.
luck.
Yeah.
The enemy could play well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, in that case, I think greeting for a play goes under getting your base cancelled. It's actually less important. I think it goes probably right there.
No, but there's less out. There's less. It's less on the
But
enemy.
there's more,
on
yeah,
you.
it's more on you. So it
more
needs to
on
be
you.
higher.
It's way
I
higher.
liked where it was. I
Guys,
think
what
it
the
was
fuck? In what fantasy land are you guys living in that getting your base cancelled is not your fault? How can it not be your fault? Just fucking walk 2 screens away. If you're an 80 carry playing in 2026, the enemy support is going to sprint to the ends of the earth to cancel your base.
Right.
The higher rank you go, the further to your tower you need to go. That's what I tell people.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the average player experience.
Yeah.
So I don't
Gold.
thi- I
It's
think
about gold
it's
and
not
platinum,
important.
Charles.
Then that's not happening to them.
They won't get their base cancelled. The level to which you need to respect the base cancel scales with the rank.
Okay.
That's correct.
So is it
So
not?
it's very hard to put
It's
it
very hard to
somewhere
put it.
where, you know, it depends on
if
high
it's not
LSQ
getting at
or-
all mentioned in gold and platinum, but it's getting mentioned a shit ton in.
Yeah, I think Mott's cast another spell on me. I've bamboozled myself. Where does greeting for a play go?
Yes, to start with greeting for a
tell me-
Bottom are very important.
Okay, I kind of agree with that, yes. Wait, is it less important than missing a key spell? Sure.
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
But
fine.
it's pretty damn important.
Getting base cancelled.
It
Let's
changes
reassess
again.
that.
Getting a base cancelled.
Yes. It is probably more important than not tracking first clear.
Yeah, don't assume, just assume it it happens, right? I think it's very, very important.
Let's just put it below rushing abilities.
Okay.
Yeah, because the mindset behind it is that you're being greedy with your reset locations. You're not thinking
Yes.
about tempo. You're just, it's just blasé. If you fix it, it will massively improve your. Yeah, it's good. It is good.
Okay. Are we kind of inting again by using rushing abilities as this litmus test? Does rushing abilities, in fact, need to go up the tier list? I think rushing abilities is way more important than greeting for a plate.
Yes,
I think it goes there. And maybe this, because we're using that as the litmus test all the time, but maybe it needs
is
to
rushing
go,
abilities even better than ruining lane assignments?
probably.
Yeah, it is
Dying
more
before a
important.
neutral, I think it's also more
Yeah,
important.
it's
than
more
that.
important
It's a
than that.
fighting one.
Bad invades? Oh my god, it kind of is, isn't it? And it goes, does it go under forcing objectives?
No, forcing objectives, you're ruining. No, but if you're fighting so good, it goes higher.
All right, intent at neutrals or rushing abilities?
No, I think this is
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine.
it's very close.
Okay.
Nah, dude, it goes above no win con.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It goes
God
there.
help me.
That's where it goes.
God help me.
Nathan Mott has the creakiest chair on planet
Yeah,
Earth. I
yeah.
hope that's not coming
Yeah,
through the
I hope so.
microphones.
All right, so let's keep it going. We can do another
that was
final reassessment.
Perma shoving waves.
Perma shoving waves. It's not that big of a deal, is it? About in top lane. Is top lane, it might be a big deal, right?
Depends on your matchup. If I'm playing an early game focused champion where my job is to leverage my early lead, then yeah, it's pretty bad to perma shove. But it depends. Some matchups, it's good to perma shove because you play that war of attrition and you lane lock your
Okay,
opponent.
but think about it's the mindset behind it. It's like not thinking at all about wave management. It's a very like blasé attitude towards like, oh, I'm like, it's not only missing opportunities, but it also could.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
it can make you die to ganks.
Yeah.
And it's also like missing opportunities to play your champ identity. Like a lot of champs want the wave on their side.
Exactly right.
A
It's
lot
pretty
of them
big.
do. Yeah.
I mean, you're warping the game. You're playing a different game by just perma shoving.
I mean, it's definitely more important than getting your base cancelled. For sure.
Yeah.
Where is getting base cancelled?
In
important. Top of important.
It's more important than green for a play.
How about bottom?
It's either bottom or very important. I think
yeah.
it's bottom or very important.
Sure. Running lane
No,
assignment
but
on
it's
perma
pretty fucking
shoving.
big. Think about it. If someone's perma shoving, they're literally not managing the wave. Come on, let's just not be. Let's be
Yeah,
fucking real.
if they're bashing waves,
If
isn't that like
bashing
such?
waves-
Isn't that god tier?
Yeah,
if
that's
they're
God
just
tier.
bashing
If you're
waves?
bashing waves,
It's the equivalent of jungler forcing ganks. It's the
Because
same.
that
thing.
Yeah, it's right. Correct.
it's really big.
Yes.
It's really, really, really
Yeah.
big.
Actually, no. It's the equivalent of the clear. What you do with the
Yeah.
wave is the clear, so it goes there.
Yeah. Love
Just
it.
bashing
Yeah,
waves.
I like that. That's correct. That makes way more sense.
Calling for a bat, gaslighting your jungler.
Gaslighting junglers.
It's pretty big. Because what is it? The underlying mindset that like displays. It's pretty big.
Right. You're not only making an incorrect decision, which is harming your lane, you're also ruining your jungler's life, which is taking them off camps, ruining their tempo, taking that resource away from other lanes.
It's important to establish here the calling for bad gank is not calling to get your wave fixed or something like that.
You want them to enemy landers to die.
Yeah.
You want them-
Kill, Frey,
right.
kill.
Okay. Well, I think it's probably similar to. I don't know actually. Kind of like where it is, honestly.
Where is it?
It's here between not panning camera and forcing the crab.
I think I'm happy with that.
Calling for a bad gank. Fuck.
Is it more important than
I
that?
think it's
How
way
often
more
talk
important than greeting for a plate.
Well, is grading for a plate just too high?
It's
Does it scare you?
it's more important than all of these in this category.
No,
It's-
greeting for a plate, Charles. Let's stand our ground on this one. That was really important for.
I forget why.
AD carries and stuff. You said
getting
it,
lost.
You said it ruins
Yeah.
their tempo. And
Oh, it
everything.
does. Yeah, it ruins the game.
Yeah.
It could almost be higher now.
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah, the bad gank thing needs to go up here somewhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it's a game ruining thing. If you stop doing that, think about how much it's going to improve your game.
No, dude, it needs to go below greeting for a plate.
Okay, sure.
Fuck.
All right. I mean, I was just going to trust Nathan.
Yes.
Not cleanly crashing your waves.
Top lane, very, very important, right?
Yep. This is basically God tier.
It's kind of the top lane,
I
laning
think-
fundamentals in every role.
Well, because it
actually.
helps you reset. It helps shape your game. It helps
I
not
think
die
it's
to ganks.
just underneath perma shoving because
Yeah.
it's almost as bad as perma
'Cause
shoving.
it's
Actually, is
showing-
it fucking worse than perma shoving? I think
but
it's worse.
No, but isn't it you're showing you have intention? It's just not cleanly done.
Yeah, or maybe not though, because like not cleanly crashing your waves implied that you accidentally slow push when you should have hard pushed. But I guess you're still trying.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe.
Like you have some perma shoving is like you have no intention.
Yeah, but the not cleanly crashing wave is way more pervasive. Like perma shoving, I don't really see that
No.
as much.
No,
Not
but
cleanly crashing
Just
their
because we
waves
don't
is
see it doesn't mean it's
that's
not a big
true.
Yeah.
problem.
It's a huge mistake. It's a god tier mistake. Yeah.
It is a god tier
I think
mistake.
it's good where it is.
Yeah,
very
okay.
close.
Getting the waves stuck outside the enemy tower is an abomination.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll single-handedly lose you a lane.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why I went on Gragas, by the way. It's because I pull the wave near my tower and then I bomber them into the tower.
Good strat.
Thank you. All right. Missing level up time.
So this is like getting level 2 first, like
Cheers,
abusing
mate.
that. Like EC supports, top laners, mid laners, obviously junglers.
Missing level up timers. I mean, Chibi's talks a lot about
He
this, right? I
does.
mean, top lane is huge
It's
on level
built
up
around
timers. It's
that.
built around it.
It's a god tier.
It's just not important for every top laner, though. It's important for support, incredibly important for support.
For bot lane, it's fucking
So
huge.
let's look at our very important fighting without R, listen to music, tabbing out,
But
Russian
is
abilities.
it, Charles, is this more of a missed opportunity
yeah, it
thing,
is. It's
right?
trash. It's actually trash. It's top of
No,
kind
but just because it's missed opportunity, I don't want to let that influence this because if you work on this,
Yeah.
think about how much
You can
more
get
you
really
can
good
prove
results.
at the game. Because you're thinking critically about what minion you're hitting level 2 or level 3. You use that as a sign to go in.
I would rather someone fix
Kind of important. This is delusion. This is
top of
concerning.
kinda.
This is delusional as
I
well.
believe vehemently in improvement by subtraction, and I will not move it.
Let's put it on the. I think it's more important. Is it more important because than calling for a bad gank?
We're talking
I think
about
it is.
not playing off level timers is less important than greeting for a play. That is mental.
It's a missed dude. Greeting for a plate ruins the game.
It does, it's
Missing
really
a level
bad,
up timer,
yeah.
it's fine. Just win in the mid game.
It's really bad, but Curtis, I think it just goes on the bottom of very important. Missing a level up timer.
Bottom of very.
Bottom of very.
You think it's more important than greeting for a plate?
I do, yeah.
Oh, come on, Nathan. Greeting for a plate really bombs the game.
No, okay. I'm happy to put it below that.
No,
Below
here's
that.
what I'm going to do. I'm going to put greeting for a plate at bottom of
'Cause you want
very,
everything.
and I'm going to put missing level up timers.
On top of important.
No, not that far up. It can go up a little bit.
Chibi's is going to come storming in any moment and start bashing heads.
I can see why you. I understand why you're
Dude,
putting
it
it
can't
there.
be more important than fucking up.
But
a
it's the
deploy.
game, isn't it?
Missing up a deploy compared to missing up a level up timer.
Yeah, I think
It has to go under the deploy. The deploy is really
But I'm
important.
not a laner. I love mid game macro. I
Playing
love the
away from a
macro
strong member
section.
as well. It has to go
all
under
right,
that.
all right.
I'm putting it
Charles, are you in?
It's purely because of how
We might get
unimportant
roasted,
the
but
early
all right.
game is. You can have a sloppy early game. Couldn't care less.
So it's really interesting. This is the end of our trading, our Elanian section. So much of these went into the top tiers, like God tier and very important. So we're saying that laning is a really important part of it. Because you said the early game you didn't care that much about, Charles.
Yeah, I'm a man of many opinions.
Which is just not what we're seeing here.
It's a tricky role that we fill in the community, trying to track these things. We set up to fail. So thankless job.
All right, our last three. The last three
different
Musketeers.
category.
This is now the Champ Mastery category. So, picking for team comp. It could be a pretty big mistake. This is playing for draft rather than Champ Mastery.
Yeah, it's just useless, no? I would rather someone focus on fixing their skill order than fix their pick. It just goes top of useless.
So wait,
but if someone is doing this, dude, come on.
No, isn't
what the hell?
No, we're saying this is the mistake.
This is the mistake. They make this mistake. They're picking for comp.
They're playing a champion with 3
sorry,
games.
I've misunderstood. I see.
So that means it's in God tier.
Oh, it's a God tier mistake. Yeah, you simply picked the wrong.
I mean,
it's like underneath me picking your teammates.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, so picking for
It just
team
went from
comp.
useless to God tier. Went around the world.
Wait, but picking for team comp.
This is the only place that could ever happen.
Picking for team comp if it's a champion in your pool.
Yeah.
No, it's not in your pool.
So it's not a champion not in your pool.
What we're looking at, this is when people like, oh, this is the perfect Silas game, and I'm going to play Silas now.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not even about win or losing. It's just that you're wasting time.
Yeah,
well,
you're
using
not learning
Mott's
anything.
law, I can do that and win games.
Mott's law again? What can you repeat?
But
Mott's
you've
law
played
again?
every champion, Charles.
Oh, because
Mott's law, if I can do it, then it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that proves the point. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I think it goes there.
Yep. I
It
like
goes
it.
top of the God tier. Sorry, below the missing peer,
See, man, if someone
mindset stuff.
comes into a review and they say, all right, we've got a Silas VOD today. And so how many games you played to Silas? Oh, like 2, 3,
Wait,
maybe?
doesn't it just go underplaying on tilt then? Is it the second worst thing you can do?
it's-
It's the second worst thing you can do.
Probably the second worst thing you could ever do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just play a random ass jam because you don't understand that the game's a jam of champions.
Yeah. It might even be number 1.
Would you rather someone play their main champion on tilt? Yeah, you fucking would.
yeah,
you actually
probably
would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then at least they're playing their main. Yeah.
Like we're actually
No,
in
you would
the game.
rather than play, that would go second, you mean, picking for comp.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
No. Because
yeah.
playing a random champ is the worst mistake.
Oh, true. It's the worst mistake.
Yeah. All right, not playing to champs reference points. We know this is God tier for sure. But whereabouts in the God tier does it go?
Yeah, I mean, the game is reference towards, right? Every champ has particular strengths and weaknesses. You need to play towards them.
I think it goes there. Undercompensating.
No.
Doesn't it just go right next to... Oh, no. So it goes below the mindset stuff.
Yeah.
Compensating is so important.
It is really bad, isn't it?
No, but how you can't compensate if you don't know what your reference points are.
And remember, we teach the champion reference points first
First, that's
before
the
we go
first
into
thing.
anything.
That's the bedrock.
Just quizzing you guys. It's fine.
Bazinga, you got us there, Charles.
This is the champion mastery category. Our entire philosophy is built on chain mastery. The game is a game of champions. How many times do we say this?
It's higher than me opinion teammates, I think.
Yeah, I
They're
think you're
great,
right,
yeah,
actually.
for
Yeah.
sure.
It's even higher than flaming in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because think about it. If you're reviewing someone who doesn't play to their reference points, they're not even going to get to
doesn't
the
fucking
point
matter.
where they're typing no.
But playing on tilt is higher because they might know the reference points, but they're just playing on tilt and then they're just...
They're self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage.
I like that. That's correct.
The final
lucky
one.
last.
Not playing to your items. No.
Your spikes, your items,
Levels,
spikes,
levels,
items,
items.
everything.
I mean, it's similar to reference points. I think it's just below reference points,
You think
right?
it's that important?
I don't think it's that important.
No,
They're as
I don't
important
know
as
that.
reference.
Yeah, I see. So
Because you can still win fights,
fights,
as a
yeah.
fucking,
you're not playing around like the perfect spike.
the perfect
like-
spike, right?
I think it's more important than perma shoving. Actually, is it? Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not.
So
don't
what's an
think it is.
example of a
Because it's-
spike?
Okay, so
Actually, I don't think it matters
Graves-
fucking a lot, actually.
Yeah, like Graves,
care
like
less.
first, like really pushing the lever with Graves' first item, or like Xin Zhao, like first.
It's more
item,
of a
like the
missed-
Sundered
it's a
Scar,
missed
something
opportunity.
Like
I
that.
think-
but it could also mean that you're fighting when you're weak. You can ruin
Ooh,
games
yeah,
like this.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
literally
yeah.
like forcing. Think about it. You're a scaling AD carry, and you're like forcing fights when you're fucking.
Well,
weak.
that's
Yeah.
top of God tier.
Yeah,
then.
so we have not sinking pressure as a like. Come on, it's more important than not sinking
It's
pressure.
very high. It is very, very high.
If you don't, if
Because you
not-
ruin games. You will single-handedly ruin games.
you're basically playing to away from your strengths.
It's like
and
you're a
into your
level.
weaknesses.
You're a level 6 Jinx rocking up to a dragon. Right, here we go, guys, into like a fucking
Well,
Callista.
that's just next to reference points.
Yeah,
then, which
that's
is
what
what we
it was.
originally said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Nathan was
Again,
right.
I'll say that was what I
Nathan was
saying.
right. Get out the replay.
I feel like I started off strong and then I ruined the second half. Ran out of gas.
Ran out of gas, Charles.
All right. Nathan, what do we reckon? Do we need to move anything? Give it a once over? I
Yeah.
personally can barely read what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, it's a bit out of control.
Bit of a smorgasbord of words.
No, I think what we should do is we should now get the community to roast the hell out of us.
Oh, yeah,
now
let's
it's
not
your
rewrite,
now
fuck
get
yeah.
the Reddit analysts out of the dens.
Yep. Tell me why items should be in God tier.
Tell me where we are wrong. Tell us where we are wrong.
Tell me why
wrong.
listening to music is good for the fucking 100th time. Sorry, that was a bit rude.
And did we miss any
what did
any
we
common
miss?
mistakes? What mistakes are you seeing?
Yeah.
Hopefully, people are saying they're taking accountability of the mistakes they're making in their games, not what their teammates are doing. But if you want to chuck that in there as well, sure, why not?
Some of these I will defend tooth and nail. Like dying to a gank, a lot of people think, is it really that hard? Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
You will, it's like the first thing I look at. If I'm dying to a gank, right, I need to review that. That's the reason I lost the game a lot of the time. Because people don't realize how impactful it is a jungler getting that early kill.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You're giving them goal a lot, making the game easy for them. You're getting them their spikes earlier, all that. So yeah, let's lock it in. This is our level of play. This is our level of play. And
Roast us.
Maybe we'll do this once a year. We'll revisit this with not even looking at this and just try and do it again and see.
Wow,
if
that'd be hilarious.
See where we go with
back to
things.
front. Yeah, no, I'm pretty confident the God tier would be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Those are just not. Those
Yeah.
are correct. Those are fundamentally correct.
Yeah.
Fight me about it. It'd be fine.
All right. Well, that wraps up our mistakes tier list in League of Legends. Good work, guys. This was the #1 Broken My Concept podcast.
League of Legends, solo queue educational,
League of
and
Legends. I am gassed.
motivational podcast.
We'll see you guys on our next episode.